Welcome to Magic Maker. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. I am beyond thrilled to have all of you here. Today, we have broken a Ziva record. We have over 23,000 people who have said yes to an event called Magic Maker. And what that says to me is that there are so many people on planet Earth that are ready for a new way, that are ready for a new paradigm, who recognize and realize that the old ways that we've been doing things are not working, that the old unsustainable systems on which much of society has been built is falling away. And that right now we're at a real fork in the road in our lives and in society. We could continue to hold on to the old paradigms. We could continue to be attached to going back to the way that things were, or resisting the rate of change at which life is happening right now. Or we can surrender. We can get into alignment with ourselves. We can get clear on what heaven on earth looks like for us. And we can put our attention on what we want to birth. We can pour our pleasure over the more beautiful earth that our hearts know is possible. And we, as meditators and as magic makers, can put our attention on that which we would love to build. What does this new reality look like on the other side of this phase of destruction that we're in as a species at the moment? And I don't want to bypass any fear that might be happening, any rage that might be happening, any confusion or overwhelm or upset that might be happening in your body at the state of the planet right now, because that is real, that is valid. And I invite you to bring that into this activation today. Okay, that we are not going to bypass, that we're going to bring all of you, that all of you is welcome to this. And that once we get clear on what we want to birth, once we get clear on what kind of magic you want to make, then we're going to alchemize anything that's not a match for that, anything that is not a vibrational match for your personal version of heaven on earth. We are going to metabolize that and truly transmute it into fuel for that which you want to magnetize. And then from there, we're going to see just how good you can feel. We're going to see just how high vibe we can get this entire community, everyone that is here today, everyone that will be tuning in the future. And we are going to pour our pleasure all over our prayers. And I'm going to talk about, to start today, the history of how this has been used for centuries, thousands of years, if not tens of thousands of years, how ancient civilizations have actually used their pleasure to pray. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is such an effective manifestation tool, and the difference between regular manifesting and embodied manifesting. And then some of you today, and then we're going to experience actually a taste of this formula. You're going to get to experience in real time a taste of this formula that has changed my life so profoundly, that has allowed me to manifest the life beyond my wildest dreams. And some of you are going to get everything you need just from today's activation. Right? Some of you are going to feel like, whoa, I did it. I manifested the thing. I'm feeling amazing. And if that is the case, amazing. Blessings. Please use this formula. Please radiate joy and love and bliss to every single person who sees you from this point forward. And some of you are going to want to deepen in this modality. Some of you are going to want to really make it a part of your body, a part of your practice, and be able to use it next time you're manifesting a relationship or a home or health or the next phase in your career or a new community. And if that is you and you want to deepen, then I'm going to have a really exciting invitation for you, because today is the day that we open enrollment for the 2025 cohort of Ziva Magic. And I'm going to tell you all about what that is and how it's going to work and how effing amazing it is. And those of you who want to deepen with me are going to have an opportunity to. And those of you who have shown up live today are going to have a really, really exciting opportunity to receive some awesome bonuses. So we're going to go out into that in great detail. So I think most of you that want to be on camera already have, but if you're just joining me and you want to be on camera, you want to play full out, which I recommend that you do, go ahead and raise your hand. And then I can see your stunning faces. And then the team and I will promote you to a panelist. All right. So before I do too much talking, which I'm going to, and I talk fast, so I recommend that you get a journal, a pen, something to make this more pleasurable, maybe a sparkling drink, a piece of chocolate, a candle, some sprays, like anything that's going to make this feel like a ceremony and a ritual for you. I invite you to do that now. And right out of the gate, we're going to go ahead and get in our bodies, because after all, Magic Maker is an embodied manifesting workshop. Okay. We're going to learn how to really get clear on what we want integrate and metabolize anything that's not a match, and then vibrate as high as we possibly can so that we start to magnetize the things that we desire. So I invite you to go ahead and stand on up. Play this song. Can you hear this song? Is that playing? Oh, there we go. All right, I'm gonna rewind it because I love the beginning of this song. So you can stand on up. Let's put it on gallery view. I can see everyone's beautiful faces. I wanna see everyone dancing. So Kristen, if you can take us into gallery view so I can see everyone on their camera. Okay. Oh, okay. It looks like we're having a little bit of Zoom stuff, but only 100 people are gonna be able to be panelists. So if you're not a panelist, don't stress it, don't sweat it. Those of you who are, we're gonna play full out. And I'm gonna put us on gallery view. I'm gonna crank the music and we are gonna dance our faces off. We're gonna tune into the frequency of how we wanna feel during this activation. Yes. Kristen, can you put us on gallery view?
Yes, we are on gallery view. Okay, are you not seeing that?
But if everyone else can see themselves, it's great. I'll just pretend like I'm 5 years old dancing in the mirror. And what I invite you to do is tune into how you love to feel during this activation today. Taking a big inhale, arms overhead. Exhaling. Yeah, there we go. Now I can see everybody. Yeah, I just want you to see everyone dancing all around the world. We have thousands of people coming together to use their pleasure, to pray, to hold these frequencies in their body. Beautiful. Off any Zoom frustration, taking off any stress from your day, and inviting yourself to arrive fully here, fully now. Yeah, so beautiful. Yes, Amy. Yes, Tracy. Yes, Beth. Yes, Janet. Yes, Allison. Get it, Luz. Yes, Zara. Everyone does look so beautiful.
Go, Tracy. Go, Tracy.
Deepening your breath.
Everybody. Awesome. So fun too, dancing.
Oh, so good. Taking one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Taking a big, delicious breath in. And exhaling on the sound of ah, on the sound of God. Ah. So good. Taking another big breath in. Exhaling on a hum. One more big inhale. And as you exhale, sending some love to every single person on this Zoom. And this time breathing all the way down into your root, into your sacrum, into what I call your hoo-ha. And as you exhale, I invite you to send some love to every single person on the planet. Really, really good. And when you're ready, you can make your way to a seat, but stay in this beautiful activated space. And I invite you to listen to the beginning of this song and just let it be a prayer for you.
One of the most powerful things that you can remember right now is that you chose to be here in this human experience courageously into this most miraculous and chaotic planet. You are not here to suffer. You're here to remember the soul that you are, the light that you're here to shine, and all the emotion and thought that you will feel and think in between the beginning and the end of this one precious life. It is well with your soul.
When I'm down and out.
Really, really good. Just taking a moment already to set ceremony space for this experience that we're going to have together. Those of you asking, yes, this is live. This is happening in real time. Thousands of people across the world have come together to make magic together. So taking a moment to bring your awareness into your body, into your heart, dropping two beautiful golden cords down into the core of the planet. I think it's God calling, God, Goddess calling. She wants us to have a really good time. And taking those cords down from your heart, down through your root, connecting to the crystalline core of the planet. And as you inhale, bringing that beautiful grounded energy up through your feet, through your root, up into your heart. And as you exhale, letting your muscles soften, letting your brow soften.
Why?
Really, really good. And then tuning into how you'd love to feel. How clear would you love to be on your dreams? How willing are you to let go of anything that is not a match for your dream life? For you to call in that love, that abundance, that health that you desire. What are you willing to surrender to step into who you can become? And then tuning into how good you would love to feel, even just for today. Activating a powerful iridescent bubble of light around you, created by this toroidal field, inviting you to go ahead and connect your head and your heart already. Seeing with each inhale, can you bring this frequency of love up into your head? And with each exhale, imagine this beautiful beam of love and energy fountaining like a blowhole, like a whale blowholing out through the top of your head in 360 degrees all around you. This beautiful frequency of pure, unconditional love, pure divine love coming from your heart, up through your head, fountaining out through your crown, and then creating this iridescent bubble of light all around you. And then inhaling, bringing that energy up through your root, and letting it reconnect to your heart. And filling this toroidal field, this iridescent bubble of light with however you would love to feel: curiosity, openness, bravery, magnetism, authenticity, worthiness, generosity. And then activating an even more powerful golden ring of light around all of us, every single person tuning into this past, present, and future, so that we are so held, so the technology works even better than we ever knew to pray for, that Zoom gets its act together and people can change their names and be on camera and play full out and celebrate the wonders of technology, so that we can put our attention on the work that we actually came here to do, on bringing the frequency of heaven to earth through our bodies right here, right now. Inviting even already your little one, your inner child, that inner 3-year-old or 5-year-old, inviting them in to play with us today. And inviting in your inner elder, that wise one, that future you, that version of you that has already magnetized and manifested the life of your wildest dreams. And letting them sit on either side of you, holding hands, so that you have that awe, that possibility, that courage, that wonder of your inner child. And you have the wisdom and confidence and discernment of your inner elder, allowing you to step into this beautiful future version of you. And even already, we're going to do this in the activation towards the end, but even already, I invite you to tune into, why did you come here today? Why did you show up to Magic Maker? And more importantly, why did you come here to Earth? Like, what did your soul come here to do? Just bravely asking that question inviting your guides, your future self in. Hey, soul, why did I come here? Help me remember, help me see what my soul came here to do. Let me be brave enough to ask this question. Hey, nature, what would you have me know? So that I can receive the wisdom, receive the insights, receive the guidance, and bravely let go of anything that is not serving that. Really, really good. And in your own time, whenever you're ready, we can start to slowly, gently open the eyes. So I'd love to know in the comments if you're already crystal clear on your vision, if you already know what magic you would like to manifest. I'd love for you to share that in the chat. And it doesn't matter if you're on camera or not, you can share that in the chat. We're going to do a full visualization and activation in a moment to help you get even more clear on that. But I'd love to know, those of you who already know, let me know in the comments. Some people want to manifest bliss. I'm not sure yet. Want to manifest $60,000 a month. Amazing. I am crystal clear. I want to manifest alignment, joy. I want to be love, a new job, health, purpose, abundance. Yes. Nervous system reset, eros, self-worth. Oh, so good. So good. Celebrating all of these desires. So okay, so now that we have ceremony space set, now that we've got all of our logistics worked out, I want to welcome you again to Magic Maker. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. I want to share a fun fact. When we decided to do this event on July 22nd, which was months ago, we had no idea that today is actually Mary Magdalene's feast day. And those of you who are not familiar with Mary Magdalene, I like to think of her as the feminine representation of Christ consciousness, that she is like this feminine representation of pure unconditional love. To me, she embodies wisdom, intuition, inner authority, and a deep relationship with the sacred that flows through the body and the heart, not just the mind. And that's a big theme for the workshop and activation that we're going to do today. So it feels like today, July 22nd, has become a portal for remembering the sensual and the spiritual, which makes me even more excited for the magic we're going to make together. So here's what I know is that the most successful people on the planet, they know what they want, right? Like you can't magnetize something if you're not sure what it is. And so I want you to just, as we're moving through this, keep asking yourself, what would I love? What would I love? What would I love? And I'm going to just find out, I'm going to read some of these. I want to be part of the healing of the deep feminine. 22 is the Archangel Raphael. Okay, what would I love? It's my 13-year wedding anniversary today. I want to manifest a home of my own, successful and abundant coaching career. Yes, beautiful. These desires are amazing. A financial abundance, the life of my dreams. Yes, magnetize personal and professional love. Great. Vibrant, thriving, small retreat center with lots of clients to be a beacon of embodiment. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to share in a little bit of using this formula, but one of them, I just want to tell a quick story. This morning, I was preparing this. Also, can we hear it for God, Goddess, Nature? Like, can we just talk about this angel that's like with us right now in this room? Like, I do not have a lighting team right now. This is just God. This is just nature. It's just, woo, it's like a laser beam right into my hoo-ha. Come on now. It's so good. You can't write this stuff. So this morning, as I was preparing for the event, getting so excited, because again, we have broken Ziva history. We have over 23,000 people who said yes to this. That's never happened in Ziva history. And I was running in the nature, and I just stopped in my tracks and I started bawling, crying, because I realized that I have actually manifested my dream home in nature. And I like couldn't even see it when I got here. Like I was so worried about like, oh, well, what's next? What's next? Or I was so busy grieving what I had to let go of in order to step into this version of myself. But this morning, as I was preparing for this, I just was stopped in my tracks by the beauty of the lake, the beauty of the sun, the beauty of the trees. And I started sobbing, crying. And I was so grateful because nothing about this house in nature showed up in the way that I thought it would. And I want to share this as an educational story and a cautionary tale that I really stressed myself out worrying about the how and the when of my dream home, right? And what I always teach with manifesting is that your job is to focus on what you want and why you want it. right? So what did I want? A home in nature. Why did I want it? Because I wanted to feel more connected to the earth. I wanted my son to have space to play. I wanted to be able to see the trees and commune with the trees and see the moon. And I wanted community, and I wanted to be away from sirens and all of that of New York City. But the way that I got here was sort of by like force and manipulation and threats and blah, blah, blah. And I don't own this house, I'm renting it. And it's not where I thought. And there's all these details that didn't show up at all how I manifested them. But this Sunday, I took my son to the lake and I go out there. There's 20 people in the lake as if it's like the 1980s. Like this whole community of friends and neighbors are bringing bagels and coffee and just talking to each other. And all these kids are playing together in a way that I have not seen truly in America since the 1980s, of like a tiny community really taking care of itself. And I realized that like nature has looked out for me and manifesting this. And I use the exact formula that you're going to get a taste of today, manifest this home. And I also used it to manifest all of you being here. Like I have just been holding up the beacon and pouring my pleasure over the desire of having the most aligned, amazing, influential, fun, creative people showing up today. And you guys are rocking it already. You've already blown all of our dreams out of the water at Ziva. We've been celebrating all week long. It's been the most fun, easy, amazing launch. And I took a vacation. Like I was on vacation for a month leading up to this in Europe, filling up my own cup, being in such outrageous pleasure so that I could come in filled, so that I could come in holding the dream and the frequency and actually taking the medicine that you're going to learn about today. So speaking of, I'm going to share some slides because I want you to see how cool this is. I'm going to show a little bit of a visual. Can you see that slide? Just give me a yes in the comments if you can see this beautiful bird. Okay, so it wasn't totally a vacation for a month. I actually was doing a bit of teaching and a bit of leading some ceremonies. So I was in Greece and Croatia, basically living my personal version of heaven on earth. And I got to share Ziva Magic, which you're going to get a taste of today, with some of the most powerful and creative humans on the planet. And one highlight was when I got to do an activation at Colibri Festival. And it's similar again to what you're going to do today. And the theme of the festival is heaven on earth. So why is this thing called Colibri? So the Colibri is actually the name of a bird. So here's the story. It's a little parable. And I want you to picture this. Imagine that there's a forest on fire and that all the animals in the forest are panicking and they're running away from the flames. But this one Colibri bird is flying back and forth between the water and the fire. And drip by drip, this tiny bird is carrying water in its mouth and it drops it on the raging flames. And the other animals are mocking the bird, thinking like, do you really think you're going to make a difference with those tiny drops? But the bird does not hesitate. The bird says, I'm going to play my part. And then inspired by the bird's courage, all the other animals start contributing. One by one, they start going from the water to the fire. Drop by drop, working together, they put out the entire forest fire. So I get to present at Colibri. I'm on stage with 1,000 people, guiding them through this visualization where they are tuning in to their version of heaven on earth, not just for themselves, but their version of heaven on earth for the whole species. I watched these people tune into why their souls came to planet Earth. We dropped into deep coherence with themselves and each other. People said it felt like we created a giant antenna in the center of the room. It's like we created a portal of sorts where our prayers were not only offered up, but where our guidance of how nature wants to use us could come through. And we only had 1,000 people there that day. I think we have over 3,000 people. We have 3.7 thousand people right here, right now today. So imagine what we can do together today. Okay, so imagine 1,000 people crystal clear in their dreams, shaking out and alchemizing anything that's not an energetic match, and then breathing themselves into very high states of consciousness. And then I had everyone form a circle. We put our arms in the air, amplifying each other's prayers, holding this vision of peace, sending love to the whole dang planet. Now, this is about a month ago, and you might not remember, but we're like on the cusp. We were on the cusp of nuclear war. There was like, Iran, there was like talk of nuclear war. Countries are actively bombing each other. And so we do this ceremony. It was my version of heaven on earth. And afterwards, I get home, I look at the news, and the first piece of news that I see is that they announced a ceasefire between Iran and Israel. And I broke down into tears because it felt like we did our Colibri moment, that we played our part. And I am not suggesting that one activation stopped that. I'm not suggesting that one activation could create heaven on earth, but I know that we played our part. And that's my dream for today, that we play our part in birthing the new earth that our hearts know is possible. And here's what I want you to know for today. When we amplify our deepest desires by feeling good, we become like tuning forks. We start to resonate at the frequency of what we want to create, and then we attract more of it. How many of you have ever seen any of those videos on Instagram or YouTube about the tuning forks? Like if you have a tuning fork at 420 hertz and then you play another one at 420 hertz, they'll both vibrate. But if you have a bunch of tuning forks at like 520 hertz and you play 420, the other ones won't even move. They'll just stay still. And so this is the same of every party, of every job opportunity, of every audition, of every date. If you are vibrating at the frequency of joy, pleasure, confidence, abundance, love, health, then you not only will see and attract that, but you will actually activate that inside of other people, right? It's like you start to change not only the lens of perception through which you are interacting with reality, but you are changing the vibration of every single room that you walk in. And that's what I want you to be able to do after this session today. And I feel like in these intense times, it is very, very easy to get consumed by fear and overwhelm and despair and exhaustion and burnout. But right now we have a choice. Each of us individually has a choice. We can either water the weeds. We can continue to put our attention on everything that is wrong with the planet. We can continue to doom scroll. We can continue to speculate and hypothesize of just how bad it might get on planet Earth, which is what most people are doing right now. Watching the news, going through social media, complaining, blaming, yelling at other people. Or we have a choice. Right now, right here, today, we can start to water the flowers. We can start to put our attention on what we want to create, what brings us alive, what makes us feel good. We can start to water the flowers. And like that little colibri bird, you might wonder, can my actions really make a difference? But the answer is a resounding yes. Your suffering is not helping anyone. You could never possibly suffer enough to help all of the suffering that's happening on planet Earth. You could never possibly be in enough scarcity to help all of the scarcity that's happening on planet Earth. You could never possibly be sad enough to help all of the sadness that is happening on the planet. And here's the thing, it doesn't actually change anything. It just contributes more suffering. But your magic, your joy, your optimism, your enthusiasm, you holding the frequency of heaven on earth, which allows you to actually birth it, that, my friends, can change the timeline of the planet. And that is what I'm interested in planting the seeds for today. So thank you for saying yes to this. Every single time you choose love over fear, every single moment you invest in feeling good instead of staying stuck in stress, every prayer you send for the highest timeline, these are all of our drops of water on the fire. Your bliss matters, your dream matter, and your pleasure matters. So I want to celebrate you. Instead of catastrophizing about what could go wrong, you have said yes to this event. So you are so smart for saying yes to this workshop, because I think it's important that we have a whole army of people who know how to dream right now, who know how to put their attention on that which they want to birth instead of worshiping their worries. Okay, so we already did our opening prayer. So I want to give you a few pro tips before we dive in. I want you to get the most value possible out of this workshop. Yes, it is 3 hours. And yes, we will be sending portions of the replay, but not the entire thing. So I invite you to stay with me, play full out, receive everything. Oops, I hit my microphone. Receive everything that you came here to get, like get yours, okay? And my biggest pro tip for you is that even though we're not all in the same room, imagine if we were like a whole stadium filled with people, that'll be coming soon. But I invite you to watch and listen and interact with me as if we are in real life, okay? As if we're all in the room together. So that means close your other tabs, put down Instagram, put your phone away, roll your shoulders back, take a big deep breath in, and invite yourself to receive more magic than you ever thought possible. If you have a pen and paper, that's going to be handy. If you want to light a candle, spray some sprays, just let it feel like a ceremony and a ritual. You're also going to need some space to move, because we are going to give you a taste of what you can experience inside of Ziva Magic, which is all about embodied manifesting. And I invite you to stick around until the end, as there's going to be a very special fast action bonus for those of you who feel inspired to go deeper with me and enroll during the event. And just in case any of you need to leave early and you want to take advantage of those bonuses, you can go to zivameditation.com/magic and you can enroll so that you can get those bonuses, even if you can't stay for the whole activation today. And lastly, I'm curious, those of you who took the quiz, it's called What's Blocking Your Magic. It was part of the, part of our gift as in saying yes to this. I'm curious what your result was. If you want to put it in the chat, are you a visionary? Are you an alchemist? or are you a magnet? And if you did not take the quiz, no stress. We're going to go into this in great detail. Okay, so I love this beam of light is still here, still really working for me. So I actually want to share a poem before we dive into the teaching today. Before we go into the science and the history of this, I'm going to share a poem. And this poem I saw on Instagram, and when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels like someone has seen my soul. It feels like someone has taken the last 5 years of study and like distilled it down into this one poem. So I DM'd him on Instagram. His name is Chris, the co-creator. And I asked him if I could, if with his blessing, if I could share his poem today. And he wrote me back, and he gave me a voice note back. And he was like, Emily, hearing your voice is like a dream inside of a dream. I want you to know I took Ziva Meditation. It changed my life. I'd be so honored for you to share this poem. So that was like our first little bit of magic that already happened. So here you go. Isn't it erotic to finally feel safe enough to feel everything? What if I told you the body keeps the score, but the soul rewrites the story? Maybe healing is a spiral staircase down into the basement of your body, where the inner child hides in the closet, clutching a note that says, I still believe in magic. Do you? And every time you cry into your own palms, every time you tremble, every time you touch yourself with gentleness instead of judgment, you're answering yes. Maybe the question isn't, how do I heal? Maybe it's, how do I become more alive than I've ever dared to be? Maybe the opposite of trauma isn't healing. Maybe it's presence, pleasure, play, permission. Maybe your scars aren't meant to fade. Maybe they're stanzas, scripture, spells, breadcrumbs back to the body you once ran from, like it was a battlefield instead of a birthplace. Maybe alchemy is when the fire that burned you becomes the same fire that you use to warm your hands. Maybe your story was never meant to stay in the past. Maybe it was meant to become a poem, a prayer, a path, a revolution. And maybe, just maybe, you are the only one who could have written it this beautifully. Oof. Can we just get some snaps for Chris, the co-creator? And it's so good. So let me know in the comments if that resonated with you or how that felt. But it really blew my mind. And then I love that he already was a Ziva meditator. So thank you, Chris, the co-creator. So I just invite you to tune into the sense of possibility, that we have no idea what's going to happen on the other side of this workshop. But like, wouldn't it be fun if today is the day where everything starts to shift for you? Like, wouldn't it be amazing if today was the day you actually started to believe in magic? Wouldn't it be fun for you to actually magnetize all that you desire, for you to remember that your desires are divinely inspired? Because I have seen it happen enough times now. So today I am inviting you to choose to believe in magic, to commit to those dreams, to decide that you are worthy of receiving that which you desire, to commit to being a version of yourself who is ready to receive, to choose to remember that you are on this planet to make beauty and magic with your life, which your life is your greatest work of art. So we already did the opening prayer because I got really excited, so we can move on. So now, before I share the 3 secrets to help you magnetize love and health and abundance, I want to give you a little window into how these tools have helped me and shaped me. And especially for those of you I saw in the chat, there's a lot of you who are new to me and Ziva. So I'm going to share why I'm so passionate about bringing this formula to the world. And I would say that the short answer is that as the darkness on the planet intensifies, I think that we have not only an opportunity, but a responsibility to share more light. And this formula that I've been working on for the past 5 years is not only going to help you to manifest a life of your wildest dreams, but it really can help to alchemize the suffering that's happening right now and help you create space for more joy in your life and on the planet. So before I started Ziva, I used to be a Broadway performer. And y'all, this is what I wanted to do since I was a little girl. But what's wild is after my first Broadway show, after working with this my whole life, 3 weeks after I got on Broadway was the saddest I had ever been. And I'm curious if anyone can relate to that. Have any of you ever achieved a goal, like a big one that you thought was going to make you happy and then you were miserable, or it didn't actually solve all your problems? Just give me a thumbs up or a yes in the comments if that's you. So it was wild because even though I was living what I thought was my external dream, on the inside, I was this stressed out, overwhelmed insomniac going gray at 27, and I was desperate for a solution. So thankfully, I found meditation. And on the first day of my first course, I was in a completely different state of consciousness than I had ever been in before, and I liked it. And then that night, I slept through the night for the first time in 18 months. And I have every night since, and that was 18 years ago. I stopped going gray. I stopped getting sick. I started enjoying my job again. And I thought, wait, like, why isn't everyone doing this? It's not just the name of my podcast. Like, I am the type of person, when I find something that works, I shout it from the rooftops. And that was the first time I asked myself this question. So even though I was like, living my dream, inside I was stressed until I found meditation, right? And this thing changed my life so dramatically that I thought, all right, I got to learn more. So I left Broadway. I went to India. I trained for 3 years to be a teacher. And teaching meditation and manifesting has led to a beautiful life for me. I created the world's first online meditation training. I wrote a best-selling book. I had a baby. I got married. I had a beautiful apartment in New York City. Like, it was amazing. I've taught over 50,000 people around the world, including Oscar winners, Navy SEALs, NBA players. I've gotten to speak at Apple, Google, Harvard. So like, on paper, I had it all. Right? Everything that I thought my idea of external success should look like. And then my whole world changed. And maybe yours did too. Maybe you guys remember 2020. And so it felt like a blink of the eye. The whole world as we knew it came crumbling down. Travel stopped. My speaking engagements stopped. I couldn't teach live anymore, which I love. I had to close the Ziva studio. And then eventually I got divorced. And it was not just any divorce, which all divorce is challenging, but this one meant separating from the father of my son, who's an amazing man. He was the CFO of Ziva. And this was one of the scariest choices that I had ever made. I did not want to do this. Like, my mind did not want to do this, but I believe that the braver you are, the luckier you become. And taking a stand for my truth and admitting what I really wanted, like getting honest about my desires, ignited this huge spiritual awakening. So I'm curious, how many of you have ever felt guilt or shame about your real desires? Or you're like, I don't even want to say this out loud because I think it's like too big or it might hurt someone else. Just give me a thumbs up or a yes if that's you in the comments. Yeah, lots of yeses coming in. And also, well, we could talk about this later, but I think that like the guilt and shame that we have around our desires in our life is also very linked to the guilt and shame we have around our desires in our body and our desires around pleasure. So I think that liberating yourself from that shame has become, both in pleasure and in your desires, has become a huge part of this new body of work. And I believe that if you want to step into who you can become, you must be willing to let go of who you are. I'm going to say that again. If you want to step into who you can become, you must be willing to let go of who you are. So as terrifying as this was, this opened the chapter for the door to something extraordinary. I had this series of awakenings. I met world-class teachers and friends who initiated me into these ancient practices of sacred sexuality, some tantric practices. And these tools have allowed me to soften, to slow down, to tap into more receptivity, more feminine power, and experience this new level of radiance in my body. And I fell so in love with these practices that, again, I asked myself the question, why isn't everyone doing this? And that's my prayer for you today, that once you experience this activation, that you're gonna be like, wait a minute, why isn't everyone doing this? This is so good. You mean I have access to all this magic right inside of my body? So for me, after this point, everything started to shift. My business started thriving in a new way, even while I was doing less. I took a 2-month sabbatical, and Ziva had its highest grossing year in history. So I began sharing these tools on small retreats and high-end masterminds, all the while like refining, getting feedback and workshopping the language so that we could make this more accessible and to help initiate more people into experiencing this magic for themselves. And so far, this is the most rewarding chapter of my life. And it feels like creating this body of work, what you're going to experience today, my whole life has been preparing me for it. It requires the sum total of all my life experiences. I'm talking a lifetime of dance and emotional training, 20 years of psychedelic exploration, 20 years of therapy, 16 years of studying the Vedas, 16 years of holding space for other people's stress release, 6 years of teaching manifesting, 4 years of sacred sexuality initiations, getting certified as a Vita sex, love, and relationship teacher, getting certified in swamping, which is a beautiful modality created by Regina Thomashower or Mama Gina. And I feel like this work requires all of that. All of that. And I'm so excited to start this journey with you today. So thank you for saying yes. So what I want us to do is like, let's ask the question, let's see how good life can get. Like, I honestly did not even know to pray for some of the stuff that has shown up using this formula. Like I said earlier, I've manifested this dream home in nature, even though it's nothing that I thought it was going to look like. It's even better. It's this sweet community. It's like just the right size. I get to go on this lake every day. I got invited to speak to the top 50 family offices on the planet so that we could shape the consciousness and wealth and move it more towards real health and sustainability. I've manifested some of the most amazing, fun, and adventurous friends. I have learned to love little Emily, like my inner child. She's here with me right now. Look at her. Wait, can you see this? This is little Emily when she's 5. And you guys, I think that like this is the main work that we're here to do, is like find our little ones and love them and make them proud, right? That like if we do that, everything else takes care of itself. I've got invited to go to the sacred sites on the planet, the pyramids, Antarctica, to meet the Dalai Lama. All again, like more than I knew to pray for. And it is all coming from a way. It's a direct result of getting clear on my big vision, not tolerating old behaviors, old actions, old ways of thinking that kept me stuck, and then using my pleasure to pray. And here's the thing, none of this was free. Each new version has required the old version of me. Every time I evolve, an old version has to say goodbye. I had to say goodbye to Broadway in order to become a meditation teacher. I had to say goodbye to my old ways of muscling and hustling in order to step into this more true and beautiful version of me. I had to say goodbye to my identity as a New Yorker in order to find this house in nature. And it's tricky for a control freak like me to surrender all those old things. Anyone else here identify as a control freak? So let me ask you, and I want you to really get honest, okay? What are you willing to let go of in order to step into who you can become? Because there's something that is ready to be shed. And are you willing to name it now? Like, are you willing to claim that and name that in the comments right now? I am letting go of this. This is not coming with me through the other side of this workshop. Let me just check in. I'm gonna read these. Yep. Well, coming in fast. You guys are amazing. Really celebrating how full out you guys are playing. Oh boy, I gotta. Kristen, I'm scrolling down to the bottom. Do you want to share some of what people are letting go of? Also, let's give it up for Kristen. She's our amazing moderator. Thank you, Kristen.
Fear, anxiety, doubt, control, others' expectations, perfectionism, shame, negative self-talk.
Yep.
Suffering, limiting beliefs,
people pleasing. Let's get an amen on letting go of people pleasing. Me too. Oh, these are good. Codependency, people pleasing. Amen. A lot of codependency. Okay, I found my people here. I love you guys.
Patterns, attachment, codependence, control, force, worry.
And also we can thank all of these things, right? Like most of these things were born out of survival skills and things that we needed to survive. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and goodbye. So as we release these things, and as you learn the 3 secrets to manifest more love, more health, more abundance, we are going to learn this embodied manifesting formula. But who would like to start by just learning the world's simplest manifestation formula? Just raise your hand if you're a yes to this. And some of you have already heard this. It's a little silly, but here goes. Here's my personal simple manifestation formula. I have it like up on my mirror. Feel good, place the order, feel good. Feel good, place the order, feel good. Sing it with me now. Feel good, place the order, feel good. Feel good, place the order, feel good. Feel good, place the order, feel good. Now it's a little silly, but you're going to remember that song tomorrow morning when you wake up. You're going to remember that song next time you're like, man, I really want to manifest this thing. And when I say feel good, place the order, I do not mean putting a happy face sticker on top of a gaping wound. I mean doing whatever it takes to reliably and sustainably feel good, to vibrate at the frequency so that you can start to attract the things that you desire. Because the better you feel, the more magic you attract. And also, we do not get what we want in life, we get who we are. I'm going to say that again. We don't get what we want in life. We get who we are. That goes back to the vibration and the tuning forks, right? We're going to activate and see and filter in reality that which we already are. So if we want more love, we have to be more love, right? If we want more abundance, we have to start to feel more abundant. And we're going to go into this in great detail. And you're actually going to get to experience some of this at the end of the workshop. But first, I want to ground in a little bit of history and science and vocabulary so that we're all on the same page. So if Ziva Magic is an embodied manifesting formula, what is manifesting? I would define manifesting as consciously creating a life you love. It's the acknowledgement that thoughts become things. Yes, most of us know this by now. Yes, thoughts become things. But here's the kicker: your conscious thoughts are just the tip of the iceberg. Most of our manifestations are actually determined by our subconscious, which is directly related to the feeling state of your body. Okay. Now, we all know about the brain body connection, but did you know that it's only 20% of information that goes from your brain down into your body? The other 80% is flowing from your body up into your brain. Okay. So a lot of us, when we're visualizing, we're just doing the vision boards and saying the affirmations and thinking the thoughts or wishful thinking. But 80% of manifestation is going from your body up into your brain. So that means that the emotional and energetic state of your body dramatically influences your ability to manifest, the speed of manifestation, and what it is that you're manifesting. Okay, so if embodied manifesting, we know manifesting is consciously creating a life you love. What does embody mean? To me, to embody something means that it's moved out of your head and into your cells. It's no longer information that you've learned, it's wisdom that you're living. And when it comes to manifesting, getting your dreams out of your head and into your body changes everything. So today, in the activation, you're going to learn how to get your head, your heart, and your hoo-ha all into coherence with each other and pointed towards your dream. And when you do this, it starts to feel like magic. It's not magic. And in a moment, I'm going to talk about the science, but it feels like magic. So yes, I just said hoo-ha. And here's the thing about a hoo-ha. Everybody has one, regardless of gender. They are gender inclusive. And when I say hoo-ha, I mean your root, your sacrum. And yes, I mean the anatomy, but more importantly, I mean the electromagnetic field around it. This is like the seat of your life force, and it is the home of what I call creation energy. Okay, so what does that mean? Creation energy, often linked to sexual energy, but not limited to it. It is the thing that it is the energy that creates life, art, and new realities. I would argue that it's the most creative and powerful force on the planet. And yes, it has the ability to make a baby, but it also could build a company, a movement. Anything you want can be born out of this pure creative life force. And did you know that the words sacrum and sacred come from the same root? Right? And this is not a coincidence, because when you start to incorporate pleasure into your manifesting practice, you can bring your dreams out of your head and into your body where they start to feel safe. And that, my friends, can change everything, because when your dreams feel safe, you stop sabotaging them. So I'm curious if any of you ever wanted something so badly and then the opportunity came and you accidentally sabotaged it. Like you wanted, so like you got the date with the person and then you were like a nervous wreck, or you, got the interview for your dream job and you're like, because you were like convinced that this opportunity could make you or break you. Happened this morning. Okay. Yes. I've been there. I mean, even today, right? Like I've been dreaming about this day, manifesting 23,000 people. Like those of you who know me know I have a stadium kink, and we basically have like a stadium worth of people. And I got nervous today, of course, because when we care, we want to do a good job, we start to make it feel really important. But this idea, tuning into this creation energy, is the antidote to that. Right? That's why this formula matters. So all of these times that you sabotaged, this is why this formula matters. Okay. Because the better you feel, the more magic you attract. And your nervous system does not just respond to your reality, it creates it. Okay. So when your body is in pain or stuck in a low vibrational state, your manifestation actually slows down. But when you feel good, not only do you attract higher quality experiences, but you speed up their arrival. So when we're in fight or flight, our bodies, we know this, it floods with adrenaline and cortisol, which are stress hormones, which prematurely age us. They're great if you're trying to outrun a tiger, but it is not so great for attracting your soulmate or your dream job. Those stress chemicals literally shrink the parts of your brain that are responsible for creativity and imagination. And your creativity is required for manifesting. Okay. So here's the powerful truth. Your body cannot produce stress hormones and pleasure hormones at the same time. Isn't that really good news? That your body cannot produce pleasure hormones and stress hormones at the same time. So when you engage in pleasure practices, you're going to start to release an entire chemical symphony designed to regulate your nervous system and heighten your magnetism. And then the really cool part is that what you visualize in these peak states of pleasure, it imprints deeper. I'm going to say that again. What you visualize in these peak states of pleasure, and this is similar to what we're going to do at the end of today's workshop, it imprints in a different way inside of your brain. Now, why? Because your brain has a filter, and the filter is called the reticular activating system, or the RAS for short. And this filter, it becomes more programmable in these altered states. So when you're stressed, when you're in fight or flight, the filter of the brain, the reticular activating system, has to be scanning for danger. But when you're relaxed, when your nervous system feels safe, when you're in pleasure, you can actually train this filter to start to look for synchronicities, for aligned opportunities, and for signs that your dream is already on the way. Because we always find evidence for what we choose to believe. We always find evidence for what we choose to believe. So today I invite you to believe that you are a magic maker. I invite you to believe that magic is real. And here's a really fun fact. During peak pleasure or orgasm, 80 different regions of your brain light up. Okay, now this mirrors what we see in deep meditation states or flow state. In this state, your inner critic quiets, your subconscious becomes more receptive to suggestion, and that is how we manifest. That's how we accelerate our manifestations. Because when you connect to your dream while you're in a place of feeling good, then when the opportunity arrives, which it will, you get to greet this opportunity like a long lost love instead of this thing that can make you or break you. Right? Is that making sense? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That actually, when we link pleasure to our dream, not only does it make our nervous system feel safe enough to receive it, but we can actually expedite the rate with which it comes and make the whole process more enjoyable. Okay. Last few vocab words: electromagnetic field. This is the energetic field generated by the interaction of your head and your heart. So this blew my mind. Your thoughts create an electrical signal in your brain. Your feelings create a magnetic signal in your body. I'm gonna say that again. Thoughts, electrical signal in the brain, feelings, magnetic signal in the body. So together, they determine your overall magnetism. And this is what we were doing earlier in the prayer. This is what relates to your toroidal field. It's like, you know how some people just have like good energy? And by the way, every single room I walk into, like for the past 10 years, you're like, God, Emily, your energy is so amazing. I'm not special, right? This is just a direct result of doing these practices. So do you want to know the game changer when it comes to manifesting your dreams? It is this: your heart's magnetic field is 5,000 times stronger than your brain's. I'm going to say that again. The magnetic field of your heart is 5,000 times stronger than that of your brain. And my friends, that is why this formula works, because when you bring your dreams out of your head and into your body, then the magnetism becomes exponentially more powerful. And okay, this is why feeling really is the secret. It's not about forcing. It's not about working harder. It's not about grinding the midnight oil. It is about feeling good and placing the order. Okay. And by the way, I've been doing deep pleasure practices every single day leading up to this event, like just holding the vision, not only for this activation, but of this entire cohort in this beautiful space in between realities. Right. And it's working. And according to the research of Dr. David Hawkins, one individual who vibrates at the energy of pure love will counterbalance the negativity of 750,000 people who do not. One person vibrating at the frequency of pure love counterbalance 750,000 people who do not. So next time you're curious if you should post that thing on Instagram and share your joy and share your gratitude, or post the picture of the puppy laughing or the baby giggling, or celebrating your accomplishments or celebrating your gratitude, please do it. Please share your light, right? It is not the darkness that scares us, but it is our light. And we ask the question, the Marianne Williamson quote of like, who am I to be fabulous and powerful and full of light? And the question is, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not help others, but you stepping into your greatness inspires others to do the same. Yes, that is not a direct quote, but that is from Marianne Williamson. So in a world spiraling with so much noise and fear and division, I believe that the greatest revolution you could possibly do is to stay anchored in love. And it takes a lot of mastery to be able to have the simultaneity of receiving the outrageous suffering that's happening on the planet and keeping your heart open. And that's what I'm inviting you to do today. And that's what I want to give you, these tools of pleasure so that you can alchemize it in real time. Because I'm not talking about passive spiritual bypassing love and light. I'm talking about the type of mastery that can see the darkness, feel compassion for it, and chooses to shine anyway. All right, team, I want you to give yourself a huge high five. We have done it. We have gotten through the vocabulary. And now that you know this thing about the heart being 5,000 times bigger, I'm curious if anyone's dreams are getting bigger. Like, is anyone feeling inspired to just magnetize like a little bit bigger dream? Yeah, if your dream is changing, just let me know. Isabel's giving me a yes. She's shaking her head. Yes. Okay. All right. So now that we've explored some of the science, I want to talk a little bit about the history of these practices. Like, there's a reason why we're not taught this in school. There's a reason why these practices have been so repressed. But what I want you to know is that for thousands of years, ancient civilizations have worked with this energy that I call creation energy, this life force within us that can birth ideas and moves emotions and, yes, creates life. But ancient civilizations understood that this energy is not just for intimacy. It can be cultivated and channeled as sacred technology. It wasn't considered taboo. Think about it. In a world before painkillers and SSRIs and fertilizers, we used our own internal chemistry to heal, to birth, to die, and to shape reality. There were priestesses in temples helping people to access their own internal pharmacology to help with the big life events, right? So in India, like, you know, I've been studying the Vedas. Well, maybe some of you don't, but I've been studying the Vedas for 16 years. And on my last trip to India, I saw entire temples devoted to pleasure. Entire, like, 6-story high structures devoted to the divinity of Eros. And by the way, Eros, Eros, to me, it is like if soma is consciousness, pure consciousness, Eros is the magnetism of consciousness. It is like that magnetic force that allows the universe to spiral around itself. It's the magnetism that keeps the double helix spiraling around each other. It's the magnetism that keeps the snakes spiraling up the Kundalini sword and the Caduceus symbol. And when it comes to health, and, like, you know, the logo of the American Medical Association, the sword and the snakes, right? That is, to me, it represents this magnetism, this Eros, this Kundalini energy. And the thing about Tantra is that it's not just about sex. Okay. It's not just about finding some new poses. To me, and I learned this from my friend Layla Martin, at least left-handed Tantra, it is about finding God where you thought it was not. It's finding the divinity even in the darkness. And in these civilizations, the hoo-ha was actually revered as the literal portal of life, as the matrix point from the unmanifest to the manifest. And in these Vedic traditions, it's Shiva and Shakti, the masculine and feminine. It's seen as the recreation of the cosmos itself. And when we do the activation later, we're going to actually play with masculine and feminine energy. And I'm not going to go too deeply into this, but basically, we're going to pull our creation energy up from our hoo-ha, up into our head. And we're going to activate inside of the hall of Brahman, which in Sanskrit, Brahman is like totality itself. And there's something in your brain called the marriage hall, or the hall of Brahman. And in it, you have your pituitary gland and your pineal gland. And thank you, Joe Dispenza, for putting the pineal gland back on the map, right? We know we have these like crystals in our brain, and when you activate them, they turn into like antennas or tuning forks. But we also have the pituitary gland, right? And so in this hall of Brahman, the marriage hall inside of your own brain, we have the masculine and the feminine. One looks like a lingam and one looks like a womb, right? So we have this like giving and receiving. And when you activate the cerebral spinal fluid, like we're going to do later on today, you start to secrete melatonin, which is the precursor to DMT. And DMT is what is known as the God particle. Right. So when I say that we are turning up the dial on your divinity, this is not a euphemism. I mean, we are actually going to give you tools to help you feel more divine, to actually help you to release more of DMT or the God particle so that you feel more of your own divinity. Okay. So moving out of ancient India and into Neolithic Europe, we had ancient people carving vulvas into cave walls, creating fertility figurines with exaggerated breasts and bellies and genitals. And these were not decorations. It was not porn. These were invocations. These were prayers for abundance etched in stone. So actually 2 years ago, I got to do the ceremony in a 16,000-year-old cave in Crete. And I got to feel this firsthand. I got to experience the transmission of this cave where goddess worship has been practiced for 16,000 years. I got to feel in my body what it felt like before this cultural concept of shame. right? And then, of course, we have ancient Egypt. And I'm just hand selecting a few, but this has happened all over the world. And in Egypt, we have Isis, the goddess of motherhood, of magic, of sex magic. And Isis was believed to flood the Nile with her tears, blessing the crops and the earth. And there are priestesses in the Isis lineage, including Mary Magdalene, who honored the body as sacred, the womb as a temple, and ecstasy as a divine transmission. So what is it that unites all of these lineages? And there's many others that I did not mention. It's that pleasure was not seen as a sin. It was a sacred technology. The hoo-ha was not hidden or shamed. It was honored as the source of life. So our ancestors knew what science is only just now starting to prove, that when you are fully turned on with life force, when the dial on your divinity is turned all the way up, nature responds. So while these practices might seem radical or taboo today, they were once the centerpiece of spiritual life and temple arts. So the very institutions that now teach us to feel shame around our bodies and our desires were actually born from these sacred rituals. Our ancestors knew when this energy is consciously channeled with intention, it can connect us with the divine and help us to manifest our deepest desires. And my friend Layla Martin said this to me the first time I ever experienced this ceremony. And she said, for thousands of years, ecstasy was seen as a purifying force. For thousands of years, ecstasy was seen as a purifying force. And for someone who was raised Southern Baptist, that really liberated me. So I just want to check in. If this is feeling edgy or triggering for you, I want you to know that our creation energy is innocent. In its deepest expression, it is the desire to give love. It's the desire to receive love. And yet we have learned, we've been trained to lock it down. But y'all, it takes a lot of energy to keep that life force suppressed. But we all do it because of shame, because of conditioning, because of trauma. But when we begin to release these emotional, physical, and energetic contractions, something magical happens. Our aliveness awakens. Oftentimes, for the first time, we start to embody the truth that anything and everything is possible. We begin to live from our full potential. We realize that we are not just agents of magic, that we are the magic. And right now, you have a powerful opportunity to claim this, to reclaim this wisdom, to heal this deep-seated shame around pleasure, and to tap into your own reservoirs of creativity, energy, and power, just as humans have been doing for thousands and thousands of years. Whew. All right. So I want you to take a big, deep breath, check in with your body. How are you feeling? Like, what's coming up for you? Are you feeling super triggered? Or you're like, wait a minute, this feels scary? Are you feeling like, oh my gosh, I found my people? You feel like you're at church? Like, just give me a pulse check in the comments. We have covered a lot so far. Feeling at home, feeling intrigued, feeling good. I'm feeling scared. I feel great. It feels freeing. I feel, yes, empowered. Okay, so I just want to say that, like, wherever you are is perfect. If you are stoked and enthusiastic, amazing, celebrating you. If you're like, oh, I don't know, this feels like not what my grandma told me. Like, y'all, I grew up Southern Baptist with dudes in khaki suits yelling at me from a pulpit, telling me what I should and shouldn't do with my body, right? And even at 5 years old, I knew that, like, this was not it for me. That I knew that, like, the divinity itself was bigger than that. But if you are recently coming out of or currently experiencing an external version of someone else telling you you're right or wrong, I just want you to really honor your own boundaries and know that everything we're going to do today and everything I offer always is an invitation. And that always we want to check in with ourselves and tap into consent. Like, does this feel like a yes for me? Do I want to dance right now? Yes, I do. Do I want to breathe right now? Yes, I do. Do I want to breathe right now? No, I don't. I'm pregnant. I have a deviated septum. So anything I'm going to offer you in this workshop and this activation is an invitation. And I always want you to check in with your body first. Shelby saying, or not Shelby, but someone whose name looks like Shelby, is my whole body is vibrating and I have goosebumps, truth being spoken. I grew up in the Baptist church as well. And I knew that much of what I was hearing was not my truth, that it was made up by someone separated from their own divinity. And y'all, I'm also not here to, like, tell anybody what to believe. I think there's so much beauty that can come from communities and from people coming together in congregations. Yes, yes, yes. What I'm here to do is just remind you that God is everywhere, including inside of your own body. So I want you to share one aha moment, something that you've learned so far, in the chat, because your ahas are going to inspire other people's. And this is also going to help you to integrate it into your body. If you're taking notes, just write down, like, top 1 or 2 things that you've learned already. Okay. And as you're doing that the sacrum is sacred, that pleasure is my magic, that movement is important. Yeah, the pleasure is the key. Yep, that we get to step into our best life. That the body is keeping the score. Amen. That I am a magic maker. Oh, you guys are paying attention. All right, you guys are doing very good. I'm giving everyone gold stars. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so now we get to get into the really juicy part. I know it seemed juicy already, but now we're getting real juicy. So who is ready to learn how you can magnetize more love, more health, and more abundance into your life? These are the top 3 things I hear people wanting to manifest. And in order to understand this, of how to magnetize it, we actually have to understand the top 3 problems. But before I go into the problems, I'm actually just going to give you like some quick tactics, right? So obviously I'm talking big picture strategy, but right now I'm going to give you tactics. Those of you who are calling in new love, I am also manifesting love into my life. And here's some fun things that I'm personally doing. I have a piece of rose quartz on either side of my bed. So I have rose quartz on my side and rose quartz, which is a stone of love, on my beloved side, on my partner that I'm calling in. I have 2 towels in my bathroom, one for me and one for him. I have 2 glasses of water on my nightstand, one for me and one for him. And when I go to bed at night, it's not every night, but sometimes I like to share my wins and share my learnings and share my gratitudes with my imaginary partner. In the morning when I'm doing my pleasure practices, sometimes I will dance for him. He's getting quite a show, you guys. And so it's fun because I'm getting to like be in this frequency and this vibration of this amazing relationship even before it shows up. And weirdly, it gives me this sense of detachment where it's like, look, my real person has to be better than my imaginary man. Right. And so I'm like already living it. As far as the abundance piece, this is something I learned from my friend Kate Northrup, who's actually going to give us one of the fast action bonuses that you get if you decide to enroll today during the workshop. But Kate Northrup has this tip where she says, before you look at your bank account, feel good. Like do whatever it takes to get your body feeling good before you open your bank balance, right? Online or on paper, like do a dance, sing a song, call a friend, have a glass of wine if that's your thing, but like do not open your bank account from a place of fear and scarcity and lack. No good comes from that. Okay. And then what else? Health. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the tactics on health is meditation and pleasure. Like I've been meditating every day for 18 years. Look at my skin, you guys. I am 46 years old. I did not sleep. My son threw up every hour on the hour, and this is what my face looks like. Okay. So like this is 18 years of meditation. So you want more health, you want more immune system, meditation and pleasure. So, okay. So those are my tactics. Now we're going to go strategic. We're going to go big picture. So in order to understand how to magnetize love and health and abundance, we first have to acknowledge the top 3 problems that are keeping us from them. And that's what we're going to learn right now. Okay. So the number 1 problem I see with most people when they're manifesting is this: they don't know what they want. I hear it again and again and again. Did you guys notice at the beginning, I asked who here knows what they want? And almost everyone was like, not clear, not clear, not clear. So this is very normal, very, very normal. Number 1 issue. People say, Emily, I want to manifest, but I'm not sure what I want. And to this, I say, yes. I don't believe you. I think you do know what you want. And I don't mean to be harsh, but what I have found is that if you do not have a manifesting formula that works, then you likely do not feel safe enough to name your dream. And here's the thing: the fear of failure will outweigh the desire for the dream. I know a lot of you have already mentioned this in the comments. So if your quiz results showed that you're an alchemist, or the alchemist or the magnet, then this part is going to be especially important for you. So listen up, my alchemists and my magnets. And if you did not take the quiz yet, don't worry. You're going to get everything you need out of today. Okay. So according to Freud's theory of defense mechanisms, people often employ strategies like denial or rationalization to avoid facing uncomfortable emotions. One emotion is fear of disappointment. This can lead to self-sabotage or even decision paralysis. In this context, not knowing what you want might serve as a self-protective mechanism to avoid the risk of failure. Okay, just going to recap that. Basically, your body, you not knowing what you want, is your body protecting you from potential future failure. A study published in Psychological Science found that when faced with the possibility of future failure, individuals often downplay the importance of their goals or avoid setting them entirely. This is a form of emotional protection aimed at reducing the pain of unmet expectations. So you not knowing what you want might be protecting yourself from the pain of potential future failure. So here's the thing, if you're protecting yourself from your desires, not only are you blocking yourself from your dream, but you might also be robbing someone else of theirs. So I'm going to share a story that helps to illustrate this. So I met this woman at Burning Man one year, and she was gorgeous. I mean, wealthy, blonde, catch of the century, smart, kind, funny. Anyone would be lucky and thrilled to be with her. But she was single and she was 44 years old, which I can relate to. And I asked her, I was like, tell me about your dream person. And when she shared, I could tell she was holding on to something. And then I said, do you want a family? And she said, no. But I could tell she was not telling the whole truth. So I kept asking questions. And eventually she starts sobbing, crying. And through her tears, she admitted, she was like, yes, I want a family, but I'm 44 and I'm afraid I'm too late. What if it's not possible? And I said to her, what if you were to ride your bike out there right now and you were to meet your husband today, and then you're married and pregnant in 2 months? Would you want that? And she said, yes. And so I said to her, I was like, look, by protecting yourself from your real desire, by saying, like, what if it's too late, that you can't have it, you're actually repelling the dream. Like if you were to meet your man today and say, I don't want a family because you're trying to be practical, then he can't find you. Your actual man who wants a family too, he can't find you. So you're not owning your dream, which means he can't find his dream. And I see a lot of people do this even subconsciously. They deny themselves from their big dream because they're protecting themselves from potential future failure. But y'all, failure is the price of admission for manifesting. You won't get everything you want, and that's the fun of it. God is not a short order cook. Right? God is not a short order cook. Rejection is protection. And the safer you feel in your body, the less you will need to protect yourself from your dreams. And at Ziva, what we do is that we create safety in the body, not only with pleasure, but by regulating the nervous system before we visualize. So the good news is when you learn how to visualize from a state of safety, and then your body feels brave enough to name and claim the real desires. And I see this happen so many times in people who've implemented this formula. This person wrote, I grew up with the belief that if you just work at a miserable job forever, save every penny, and only enjoy life after retirement. In my 20s, I once had 8 W-2s in a single year because I was juggling so many jobs at once. I was proud of working 50 to 60 hours a week. But everything started to shift after this formula, after Ziva Magic. In the middle of burnout this winter, I finally got clear on what I truly wanted. More money and no job. A few weeks later, the administration offered me a deferred resignation program. And now I'm receiving 7 months of paid leave and extra benefits that I wouldn't have otherwise. I was planning to resign in January anyway, as I've been rebuilding a new business. So this is from Claire, who's been in the Ziva world for a while. And I love this so much. Like I would not have the audacity to just name, like, I want more money and no job. But Claire did it and then she got it, right? So it's just, and that's not everyone's dream. Like my personal dream is that I love what I do. So I want to keep doing more of what I do and have more and more impact. But everyone's dreams are different. So what is the solution to the number one manifesting problem of not knowing what you want? It is to visualize. Okay, but here's the key. You need to learn to visualize from a place of coherence and safety in your body so that you don't need to protect from potential future failure. All right, so that's problem one. The second most common thing I see keeping people from magnetizing health and love and abundance is that you're not a vibrational match for your dreams. So this one might sting a little bit. And because most of us want to point to the external world to look for reasons why our dreams aren't here yet. It's like, oh, there's no good men anymore. AI is taking all the jobs. The economy's crazy. But even if all those things are true, there are plenty of people right now in their dream relationship, living a life of full health and experiencing wild abundance. So what if instead of pointing fingers outside, we start to look inside, not with blame, not with judgment, not with shame, but with curiosity? And this is especially important for those of you who took the quiz and learned that your manifesting superpower is the visionary or the magnet. So for my visionaries and my magnets, I want you to listen up here. If you know what you want, and it's what I call an intuitive desire and not an addictive longing, then we can assume that either one, nature is protecting you in some way by not giving it to you yet, or there is something in you blocking you from it. Otherwise, you would already have it. So in either way, in either case, our job is to become an energetic match for the dream. And oftentimes the thing keeping us from being an energetic match is all of the feelings that we have repressed and suppressed, all of the uncried tears, all of the unspoken truths. Those feelings do not go away. They get stored in your cellular memory. And before they show up as sickness, which they will, they literally change your vibration from one of authenticity and love and clarity and gratitude to one of fear and blame and guilt and shame. So I recently had the honor of giving a keynote at Gaia, and there was a Lakota elder there named Doug Goodfeather who led the opening prayer. And he said, the thousands of years of uncried tears is what is creating the devastation on the planet. So you just feel that in your body. See if it feels true to you. The thousands of years, the generations of uncried tears is what is creating the devastation on the planet. So I'm just curious if that resonates as true to you. Like, could some of what we're facing as a species on the planet right now be attributed to the thousands of years of people not feeling safe enough or having the tools to feel their feelings? Yep. It's like, absolutely, absolutely, no question. Yes, this feels true. Because you guys, like, how on earth are we going to solve like the crisis in the Middle East? How on earth are we going to solve like what is happening in America right now? How on earth are we going to solve the massive displacement of jobs? How on earth are we going to solve climate change if we ourselves are ignoring what is, not feeling our feelings, outsourcing our happiness to other people, and do not have the emotional dexterity to hold space for ourselves? So I'm going to break this down with a little bit of science. So in 2010, a study published in the Journal of Personality, researchers found that individuals who are more prone to emotional suppression are less likely to engage in behaviors that align with their true desires. They avoid long-term goals. They prefer safer or more immediately satisfying actions. And this lack of clarity is a result of emotional self-protection. So here we have a double whammy. If you suppress your emotions, then not only are you going to have a lower vibration, but this study suggests that you're going to be less likely to take the action required to get the desire. And inside of Ziva Magic, I have this saying, I say it again and again, pray and move your feet, pray and move your feet. And the course is going to teach you how to pray. Okay, the course is going to teach you how to pour your pleasure on top of your desires, but you then have to move your feet. Okay, so what is the solution? We need a safe and effective way to not only feel our unfelt feelings, but then a way to move them up and out of the body, to alchemize the blocks into fuel for our dreams. But here's the trick. If you have spent decades numbing your feelings, this is likely going to feel terrifying. What if there is a way to lean in, to feel all of these feelings all the way in a way that is not only safe, but dare I say a little bit fun? Like, what if you could do this like a game in community and with a killer playlist? Like, what if bliss is any feeling fully felt? And you want to know something surprising? Something that completely rocked my world and what I hear from people again and again on our retreats and inside of this course is that it actually feels good. It feels liberating when you lean into your emotions, that the feelings simply want to be felt. Feelings are meant for feeling. And it's actually the avoiding of the feeling that costs us so much. So once you get past this fear and allow your inner child to have the microphone, that same inner child that we called in our opening prayer, there is like this hint of bliss, even this hint of ecstasy that starts to be allowed in the expression of the feeling. So the feelings just want to be felt. And if we don't feel them, then they get louder and louder, and they can lead to very real and very expensive problems like depression, anxiety, insomnia, chronic illness, and so much worse. And y'all, we're seeing this play out in real time on the planet. So you might tell yourself that you don't have time or the bandwidth to feel like, oh, I can't deal with this right now. I can't go and cry at work. I can't be mad at you. No, I just can't deal with this. But you don't have the time not to. The world needs your magic. The more dark things become, the more of an opportunity and responsibility we have to bring more light. And here's the good news. In a world of chronic numbing, the ability to feel your feelings is a legitimate superpower. And here's where this starts to feel like magic, right? This is going to require you to be brave, right? Because your ability to hold space for your pain is directly proportional to your ability to hold space for your pleasure. So if you're numbing your pain, then you're likely also numbing your ability to feel pleasure. And you're going to get to experience and taste this in a moment where we're going to not only get to feel the unfelt feelings, but we're going to move and alchemize them through the body. So can you imagine just putting on a rage song and just letting it rip the next time you feel angry instead of choking back words and shoving down your feelings? Oh, my computer came unplugged. Let me plug us in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, phew. Actually, this happened last night. This is super vulnerable, and I can't believe I'm about to say this on a Zoom, but here goes. My son said to me last night, he was like, "Mommy, you're my second favorite mommy." He's like, my stepmom is my favorite mommy. And I was like, ugh, like just pull the dagger from my heart. And like, I am so grateful for his stepmom. She's amazing. She loves him. He's so lucky to have so many adults that love him. But when you are someone's mom, especially the child that you just stayed up with every single hour the night before the biggest event of your career, and then he tells you that you're his second favorite mom, it really brought up some feelings. Okay. I started like bawling, crying. I was like, are you effing kidding me? And so I just had to I just started crying, but I didn't want, like, I am a big fan of feeling our feelings in front of our children, but I don't think it's good for our children to feel responsible for our feelings. And in this particular case, I was actually crying because of something that he said. And so I just removed myself from the situation. I took a minute and I started crying. And then once I had handled myself, I came back and I was like, "Hey, buddy, do you want to do a sad dance with me?" Because he knows this modality. He's done it with me before. And he was like, "Yeah." And so we put on a sad song and we start dancing. He actually takes my phone and starts videotaping me. I'll maybe post it on social later. And then I was like, "Buddy, do you want to do a mad dance?" And we just take pillows and we start punching them. And he's like, "I hate this pillow. This pillow is so stupid." And then we put on "I Am a Gummy Bear" and we danced our joy. So I'm so proud of that moment because me 3 years ago would have just sucked it up. I would have just been like, just move on. You have a big event tomorrow. Don't let him see you cry. It's fine. But that would not be honoring of this little one. Like little Emily's heart was broken in that moment and she needed to cry and she needed to feel that. And I think it's good for our children to see us feel our feelings and then regulate. Right? To see us feel our feelings and then see that they didn't do anything wrong and that it's not their job to fix it, that that's our responsibility. And so in addition to us healing ourselves to this modality, we really can shift the next generation. So also, humans have been dancing our feelings for thousands of years. Also, thank you so much for all of the affirmations in the chat. Thank you for receiving my vulnerability because that's a pretty scary thing to share when like motherhood is my number one priority. Okay, so here's the thing about dance. Okay, what we did last night with my son and what we're about to do in a moment, and you've likely seen this floating around the internet, is that the British Medical Journal shows that the best form of exercise to treat depression is dancing. This beats out several other exercises, including jogging, yoga, Tai Chi, and strength training. So the study aimed to identify what kind of exercise would be best for treating major depressive disorder, either in tandem or compared to prescription of psychotherapy and antidepressants. In 218 different studies with 14,000 participants, researchers found that dance reduced depression significantly, more so than prescribing SSRIs or cognitive behavioral therapy. Dancing stood at the top of the data charts in terms of the largest reduction in depression. So get ready because y'all, we're about to dance in a moment. And I remember on our last retreat, we had this woman there named Allison, and I thought she was going to leave, honestly, on the first day. She was like stressed and triggered and not into the dancing. And after the retreat, and she experiences something we call emotional alchemy, she shared this. She said, "For as long as I can remember, my parents and grandparents got angry when anyone would show raw emotion. I am now waking up to how most of my adult life I felt numb. One of my goals in starting this work was to break down the walls around my heart. Doing emotional alchemy is the only time in my life I felt safe and supported enough to express the fullest depths of my emotions. I had no idea I had so much rage in my body. In the first session, it felt like the walls around my heart were literally crumbling. Allowing myself to actually feel my feelings seems so simple, yet it's become one of the most groundbreaking parts of my healing journey. And I'm so happy that I can start to be a model for my children that it's okay to feel." Actually, Shelby, who many of you, hundreds of you here are now named Shelby Ray. She's on our team at Ziva. She has, I think her son is 6. And she said that she was driving him to daycare the other day. And I forget how old he is. I'm sorry. I think he might be 4. But he's done Ziva Kids. We have a kids meditation training. And she was driving him to daycare and she gave me permission to share this story. She's like, how are you feeling, buddy? And he's like, honestly, I'm feeling some scared stormies and some sad stormies, but it's okay. I did my belly balloon breathing and I just shook it out. And by the way, these are all tools inside of Ziva Kids. And so without prompting him, without encouraging him, he just started using the tools. He named how he felt. He was using tools to regulate his body. And I love it because now their whole family has this shared vocabulary. So I want to check in with you. I'm curious if any of you grew up with parents who felt uncomfortable with your emotions and their own emotions. Just let me know in the comments, like, how was emotional expression treated in your family? Yep. Yes. Okay. So I think most of us likely grew up this, but I'm curious, like, what flavor was it? Like, was it just told not to feel? Was it like, go to your room? Like, what would happen when you would have big feelings? So while you're sharing, I'm going to share that Allison ended up staying the entire time. She stayed the whole retreat. She did the whole Ziva Magic formula, and she looked like a whole new person by the end. She was softer, hotter, more radiant. Honestly, every single person I've ever seen commit to this work ends up being more radiant, more vital. It's like they start glowing from within. And I love that she said, I get to be a model for my kids to feel my feelings, feel their feelings. Because I hear so many people say, oh, God, I would die for my kids. And I'm like, that's nice, but are you willing to get happy for them? Like, are you willing to be brave enough to feel your feelings for them? Or do you want to keep proliferating martyrdom and overwhelm and witnessing what we did from previous generations in the name of love? Because pain will travel through generations until someone is brave enough to feel it, until someone is brave enough to alchemize it. And so this, my friends, is the solution to the second problem. If you are not a vibrational match from your dreams, then we need to alchemize those blocks and turn those blocks into fuel. And the way I recommend doing that is through dancing your feelings, which we're going to do together at our activation at the end. So where are your blocks? Where are your unexpressed feelings that you've been shoving down? Because when you have tools and community and guidance and amazing music to go into the dark, holy camoles, does it make way for light. I love this quote from Gabor Mate. He said, all Western medicine is built on getting rid of pain, which is not the same as healing. Healing is actually the capacity to hold pain. The attempt to escape from pain is what creates more pain. Amen. All right, so this, sweet friends, leads us up to number 3. You guys are doing great. The final problem we're going to cover today that might be keeping you from manifesting your desires, and that problem is that the dream does not feel safe in your body. So you guys have already said, many of you have gotten so close to a dream and then done something to sabotage it. So if you feel brave enough now, you could share in the comments what you did to sabotage it. Because again, trauma witnessed in community can be transmuted. But here's the kicker. For every time you can remember, there's likely 10 times that you weren't even aware of, because 80% of what it takes to manifest our dreams is happening on the subconscious plane in our body. So it's like, how many shots did you not even take because of limiting beliefs? How many times did you say that company would never even hire me? I'm not even going to apply. I can't afford that house. I won't even make the offer. There's no way that person would be into me. I'm not going to even DM them. You know, when you want something so badly and then the opportunity comes and then you fall back on your favorite flavor of self-sabotage, like procrastination or overscheduling or full-blown freeze or scrolling through social media instead of preparing, whatever your flavor of sabotage is, there is a common reason. It's that the dream does not feel safe in your body. And we will always default to what feels familiar, even if the familiar is not what we want. And this is usually the result of childhood trauma. Because if something feels foreign in your nervous system, even if it's what you think you want, the body will reject it to find something that feels familiar and therefore safe. So when you're stuck in fear or overwhelmed, the arrival of the dream can actually feel sort of terrifying. So what's the solution? To magnetize. Now, I know this might seem like a radical concept, but the better you feel, the more magic you attract. We do not get what we want, we get who we are. And those of you who did the quiz and your manifesting superpower is the magnet, you're likely already really good at this. But anyone here is the visionary or the alchemist, this is where you can revolutionize your manifesting practice. It is possible to use your pleasure to pray. Now, remember the formula we talked about earlier, the world's simplest manifestation formula? Put it in the chat if you know it. We did a silly little song. Feel good, place the order, feel good, right? So did you know that the neurochemicals that are released during pleasure can actually be used to create altered states of consciousness, similar to meditation and similar to plant medicine? And when you are full of these internal powerful bliss chemicals like oxytocin and serotonin, you can start to rewire your neural pathways. This changes your beliefs about what you think you deserve. And you know how the government, some of you might not know this, but some of you do, the government is starting to fund MDMA therapy for veterans. Why? Because MDMA floods your brain and body with bliss and love chemicals. The love hormone, which makes it easier for people to heal from trauma. Oxytocin is the love hormone, and that can make it easier for people to heal from trauma when they can love what is, when their bodies are flooded with that oxytocin. So what if you could do the exact same thing, but without needing any external substances? So this is what we're doing inside of Magnetize. Inside of Ziva Magic, you get to rewire what you believe you deserve and condition your brain to feel pleasure when you think about your dream instead of that old self-sabotage and unworthiness. It's like the pleasure creates safety in the body when we think about the dreams, and we're also activating head, heart, and hoo-ha. So remember, the heart has an electromagnetic field that's 5,000 times stronger than the mind. Now imagine hooking head, vision, heart, feelings, and then your hoo-ha, which is the generator and the magnet of your body. Yeah. So imagine all three being in coherence and pointed towards your dreams. This way, when the opportunity shows up, which it will, you get to greet that dream like a long lost lover instead of a scary event. And as you get more practice at this, you're going to be shocked at how your capacity for pleasure expands beyond whatever you thought possible. How your dreams start to not only feel possible, but inevitable. And you're going to start to shock yourself at how confident you feel when you take your shot. So the solution to problem number 3, where your dream does not feel safe in your body, is to flood yourself with internal feel-good chemicals while you visualize the dream. And as a matter of fact, what if you were to start prioritizing feeling good as a top priority in your day and then see what changes? Like rather than like, I'm going to manifest the car, prioritize feeling good. Instead of like, once I have the house, then I will be happy now. And let that happiness magnetize the house. Instead of like, man, once I have a partner, then I will be happy now. And then from that place, magnetize the person. Because that same feel-good pharmacy that makes you feel safe makes you so much more magnetic. One of my students who shared this, the special thing about Ziva Magic is how it connects feeling your feelings with pleasure. I've been doing healing work for 18 years, but I was surprised at how transformative it is to have a safe container to do this, combining breath work, movement, meditation, dance, and pleasure prayer. That was my biggest surprise, how transformative that can be. Now my dreams feel closer. No matter how much work you've done before, this is huge. This is a gift to any soul. Okay, so quick pop quiz, and then we're going to do a dance break. Who can remember the top 3 problems keeping you from manifesting your dream? Problem number 1, any of them you remember, put into the chat. And more importantly, do you remember the solution? Yep. Number 1, not knowing what you want. So good. Number 2, and remember number 2? Yes, good job. You guys are doing great. I'm not an energetic match for my brain. For my dream. And number 3, and remember number 3, we just did it. The dream, yes, does not feel safe in the body. Good job. Gold stars. Okay. So the first problem, are these slides showing up? Okay. Yeah. There we go. So the problem of you're not being an energetic match, the solution is Alchemize, and the dream doesn't feel safe in the body. And there, the goal is to magnetize. And this, my friends, this visualize, alchemize, magnetize is actually the Ziva Magic formula. Okay, so now that you know the 3 things keeping you from your dream, and you know this formula for magnetizing your dreams, which we're going to get to practice together in a bit. But first, I want to make sure that you know how you can start this journey for yourself, how you can make this a daily practice. But before we do that, I just want to take a moment we've learned a lot. We've actually covered a lot of history, a lot of science, these top 3 things. So we're going to dance all of this wisdom into our bodies. We're going to go ahead and embody it now. So I'm going to invite you to stand up. Yes, Carrie's like there, break it all right on schedule. If you need to pee, go pee. You need to get some water, get some water. And those of you who are ready, we are going to dance all of this amazing energy into our bodies. I'm going to see if you can actually fall crazy in love with your dreams. Let me turn off these slides so I can see your beautiful faces. I'm going to share my music. DJ Bliss is coming out to play. Just tuning into where your body needs a little love. We've been sitting for a while, and in a moment, we're going to do a full-blown activation. So I want you to be warm. All right, give me a thumbs up if you can hear that music. Yeah, Beyonce is going to bring us home. Old school Beyonce. Yes, Nicole loves this song. So breathing some life into your body, starting to warm it up. You guys are doing so good. Taking some breaths, putting some lubrication in your body. Can you guys hear the song? Yes? Good. And really roll your shoulders back, let your spine be fluid, tuning in to everything you've already learned, all the shifts that are already happening in your body.
Yeah, Carissa.
Yes, Carissa. Shaking off any old limiting beliefs.
Go, girl.
Yes, Sarah. And what if you could have just like 10% more fun? What if you could just let it be like 10% more silly? Yes, like dancing for your inner child. Doing this for you. Yeah. Dropping your breath. Dancing for your dreams.
Go, Laura. Woohoo.
Yes. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. Yes, Dagmar, what an amazing dress. Yes, Vicky. Yes, Louise. Yes, Bridget. Yes, Laura. My dog is asking why she's involved. I'm trying to work and participate. Yes, Sarah, celebrating that sacred straddle. All right, really, really good. Celebrating your bravery, your commitment, taking one hand and placing it on your heart, one hand and placing it on your belly, taking a big deep breath in, exhaling on an ah, the sound of God. Ooh, so beautiful. Closing the eyes and just noticing how much more alive you feel even already, how much closer your dreams feel even already. And when you are feeling ready, you can start to have a seat and come back. And I'm just curious, let me know in the comments how you're feeling, who feels a little bit more alive, who feels a little bit more joy, who feels like their dreams are just a little bit closer after everything that we have already learned and after moving our bodies. Yep. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. This is amazing. You guys are rocking it. This is my dream come true. I'm just like such an aligned group of humans. Beautiful. Okay, so what we have just covered is actually just like scratching the surface of what is available to you. And like I said earlier, some of you are going to get everything you need out of the activation that we're going to do in a moment. And some of you are going to want to dive deeper. So I'm curious, how many of you here would like to learn how you can implement these tools and these strategies into every area of your life? I'm talking about like manifesting abundance, deep soul level love, outrageous health, your dream home, like anything you want. Because I am big on consent and I would love to share. I would love to invite you to join me in this year's cohort, but I want to make sure that that is cool with you. And I want to make sure that those of you who showed up live today get to take advantage of all these bonuses. That's just for those of you who showed up live. So who's in? Let me know in the chat. If you're like, yes, Emily, just tell us how we can get in. Tell us about the bonuses. Tell me how I can embody my desires. Just give me a yes in the chat, because if you do, this is where things get really good. And this is where we start to like embody these manifestations. Otherwise, we can wrap it up and just go to the activation. So okay, whoa, you guys are awesome. You're like, yes, 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 yes. Just go, Emily. Let's go, let's go. All right. So yes, yes, yes. This really does it for me, you guys. Again, you can take the girl out of Broadway. You can't take Broadway out of the girl. And honestly, I'm just like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I can't keep up. But here we go. So without further ado, today is a very, very exciting day because today is the day that we are opening up enrollment for the 2025 cohort of Ziva Magic, which, like I keep saying, is an embodied manifesting course unlike anything you've ever seen before. Now, I made this course because I know that right now the world needs an entire army of people who not only know how to dream, but who are also equipped to feel and alchemize their feelings, and people who know how to use their pleasure to pray. And I truly believe that as things get more intense, as the rate of change expediates on the planet, we have an opportunity and a responsibility to bring this light, to bring this magic. And when the old systems are crumbling before our eyes, it is time to change the timeline. It is time to transcend the linear thinking, right? This is going to require a whole lot of people who not only believe in magic, but who know how to use their pleasure to pray, to birth this new earth into existence. So right now, I invite you to close your eyes, take a big breath into your heart. At the top, take another sip of air. And as you exhale, softening and opening, I'm really just getting honest with yourself. I'm going to ask you some questions. Like, are you tired of hustling through life in a totally like white knuckle, over masculine, overdrive way of living? Are you frustrated feeling like your to-do list never gets done? Are you sick of feeling scarcity around money and time? And if the answer is yes, then the question is, are you ready for a softer, more receptive way of being? Are you ready to be the most charismatic, magnetic person in the room? Are you ready to feel like abundance is flowing in from surprising directions? Are you ready to bring the frequency of heaven to earth through your body right here, right now? Really good. If so, then right now you have an opportunity to not just learn, but to actually become an energetic match for your dreams. You have an opportunity to step into your future self now. So when you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes as I invite you to this opportunity, which is not just another online course. This is like the seeds of a movement. Like inside of Ziva Magic, you're going to learn to implement everything that we've learned today, to visualize with precision, to get so clear on what you want, not just from your mind, but from your body, to alchemize anything that is not an energetic match for your desires, and then to magnetize those opportunities, relationships, the abundance with your own creation energy. And each part of this formula is designed to help you to manifest from a place of alignment and embodiment. And this course is unique in that it really is 3 courses in one. Now, the first module, or really the first course inside of the course, is called Visualize, because the most successful people in the world know what they want. So this module teaches you sensory visualization, and it's like you get to merge with future you. It's like you learn quantum jumping. You learn putting yourself into the point of reality where this dream has already happened. And we already know that this is the solution to the number one problem that people have when they manifest, is that they think they don't know what they want, but actually they're just protecting themselves. So before we even start Visualize, we drop into meditation, we drop into deep coherence with yourself, and we tap into the infinite potentiality and possibilities available to you. So if you've ever felt unsure about what you want to manifest, or like you couldn't dream big enough, then Visualize is going to help. You're going to learn to bend reality with a few key principles of quantum physics. You're going to learn to access the field of infinite possibilities on demand. Like I said, you're going to merge with future you, and you're going to stop protecting yourself from even naming the desires, because you're going to start to feel safe. Amy said, before I was a believer in magic, now I know I am the magic. Manifesting to me was more of a hopeful wish list. Visualizing solidified my capacity and certainty and actively creating the life I want, and dreaming much bigger than I thought was possible. Okay, so then the next module, which by the way, we move through like one module about every 2 weeks. This course requires about 1 to 2 hours a week if you want to move through with the whole cohort. But the next module is called Alchemize. And since most of us have been trained since birth not to feel our feelings, right? And we covered in problem number 2 that repressing your feelings is not only going to keep you from being a match from your dreams, it will also keep you from taking action towards them. So this module solves that by teaching you something called emotional alchemy. This is like psychosomatic dance. And you're going to get to taste this in a moment. This is going to give you the tools to not only move through the emotion, but also to make it fun and sexy. And you guys, I learned this from the master. I learned this from the best. I was inspired to create emotional alchemy by Regina Thomashower, who's been doing this for 35 years. And she created something called swamping, where she just basically teaches you to pour your turn on top of these darker emotions. And it's really changed my life so much. And the way I like to think about this is that it's almost like parts work. If any of you have heard of IFS or internal family systems, you get to find the different parts of you that might be secretly blocking your dreams. It's like you get to tune into that part of you that's angry that the dream has not come yet. You get to tune into the part of you that is heartbroken that the dream might never come. And then we get to let it move. We get to let it be witnessed and transmuted. And then this alchemizes any limiting beliefs. Anything that's holding you back, it actually transmutes it into fuel for your dream. So, like I said, you're going to have this beautiful embodied modality where you're going to be able to transform your suppressed feelings, including inherited generational trauma, transmute fear into fuel for your dreams, and learn to express and integrate your emotions. This also has our number 1 most requested resource at Ziva, which is like an 1.5-hour ceremony called alchemical breathwork. This one bonus, honestly, might be worth the price of admission because people say it feels like an entire medicine ceremony just in one breathwork, but without taking anything external. It's one of my favorite things that we created. Now, then in module 3, you're going to learn magnetic manifesting. And this is a fancy way of saying that you are going to learn to use your pleasure to pray. You're going to start to cultivate and curate your creation energy, AKA your pleasure, which is going to increase and strengthen your electromagnetic field. Now, during one of the embodied practices in this module, you get to learn pleasure prayer. This is where you get super clear about something you want to manifest. Then we build the pleasure in the body using breath and energy. And then we cycle that energy up through the hoo-ha, through the heart and into the head. And at the moment of peak pleasure, we send all of that energy to the dream. It's like we merge with the dream from that state of feeling good, like we learned about just a moment ago. So remember, this is the solution to number 3, that your dream does not feel safe in the body. So someone is asking, are we done? Is this just an ad for the course now? So sassy. So what I'm doing now is that I'm sharing with you, those of you who want to dive deeper, I'm now sharing about the course for those of you who want to take advantage of the bonuses. And then we're going to do the activation. So those of you who want to actually take advantage of these thousands of people and create this antenna and amplify your prayers, we're going to do that right afterwards. But I do want to make sure that everyone gets the extended invitation to join me for this year's cohort of Ziva Magic. So remember that this is the solution to number 3, that your dream does not feel safe in the body. And all this, by the way, is done in a really PG-13 way. So you don't have to get a hotel room to take this course, right? That you can do this in a way that feels consensual and safe for your body. So in module number 3, you're going to develop the skills to attract the people, the opportunities, and the resources that you need. And you're going to harness and cultivate this creative magnetic force. You're going to program your mind from this suggestible state for success. And then you're going to create a sense of safety in your body so that when the dreams come, they feel familiar instead of scary. This also includes a ceremonial dose where you can do the whole formula all together. And you can use this like if you're calling in something big. And then there's a surprise force module called Actualize. And this is where you put this thing into play, right? Integration is always the key with ceremonies. It's not just about the ceremony. It's about how do you make it a part of your everyday life. And this is what module 4 is all about. This is designed to give you little micro doses of pleasure and stay in this frequency. You're also going to get the express dose, which, by the way, I did this morning. It's 20 minutes and you can do it right after your meditation and you move through the whole formula and it's like easy peasy, just press play. And this is like one of the things that people use the most inside of the course. So just letting you see like the total value of this thing, which I would consider my magnum opus, all the courses together valued at over $6,000. And this is just the beginning. Like inside of it, what we're going to start and what we're opening up enrollment for today is a 10-week live cohort, including me and our Ziva Magic facilitators. And we're starting on 8/8. So we're starting on August 8th, which is Lionsgate. And those of you who are into astrology know that this is a really powerful portal for manifestation. It's like the day of love. And so when you enroll, we're going to move through this work together. We're going to have some opening and closing ceremonies. And I love that Marianne said, it's like when you do this, even though you can do it in your own time, because we shot it like a documentary film, you don't feel alone because you're doing it alongside other people in the course. And you don't need to quit your job to do this. You're really just going to need about 2 hours a week to dedicate to this and to keep up with the cohort if you desire. And this is Jennifer. You'll see her actually inside of the course. She said she was terrified when she started. And she said, I can't imagine anyone having made me feel more safe to explore these practices than Emily. She makes it accessible, and I would have never, ever considered myself the type of person who would pursue this type of work. So any resistance or fear that you're having now, this work teaches you how to love that part of yourself and move through it in a way that was never intuitive for me. It has changed my life over and over and over again. So Jennifer, by the way, when she first came to me, was amazing mother, like pianist, but a little like stuck in her, like you could tell that fear was sometimes guiding her decisions. She now is so brave, so expressed, so in her body, feels like a full priestess, and is now doing her Tantra certification with one of our other facilitators. And it's just been so fun to watch her evolution over these past few years. So yeah, here you go. We're breaking it all down in numbers. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to be closing and opening this with ceremonies. This is my friend Vuja, who is going to be with us in Egypt, taking a group of people to Egypt in October. And he shared, which I love, he's like, Emily has this ability to penetrate the field and deliver exactly what is needed for true transformation, which I'll let you read the best because it feels embarrassing to read stories about myself, but it's true. Okay, so you're also going to get lifetime access to our private Ziva Magic community. This is going to help you to stay connected to me and the team and your fellow magic makers. And we are developing an app, which is going to make taking the course and the community so much easier. And hot off the press, if you desire to connect with your very own magic circle, we're going to put you into a group of 8, and this is going to amplify your magic. You're going to be able to manifest together, hold each other accountable, and then this can increase your results by like 95%. They say that people who have an accountability buddy and a time to check in can increase your results by 95%. And we're going to host periodic magic hours where people can come together and do the practices. A study published by Psychological Science found that when people share their dreams with others, they feel a stronger commitment to them and are more likely to take action when the opportunities come their way. So I know that a lot of you have asked if there's going to be a replay of today. And while we're going to share some clips from today, if you want unlimited lifetime access to the whole event, you can get that inside of Ziva Magic. So inside of the course portal, you can have this replay, which, as you know, is like a lot of history and science, the background, the foundation for the training. And also hot off the press, we just created a brand new Ziva AI. So this has been a beautiful labor of love, but we've trained it on all of these embodied manifesting tools. So think about having me as your personal manifesting coach on call 24/7. Whether you don't know what you want, you feel stuck in the gunk, or you simply need clarity on a practice, or you want like a guided visualization exactly for your dream, Ziva AI is going to be there to help you integrate this work more deeply, but without having to wait for me or the team. So I'm not going to list all of the surprises and bonuses because we'd be here all day, and I want us to get to the activation. I want us to actually feel this magic in our bodies. But here's some of the highlights for you. Okay, and if you like to see everything in writing, the total value of everything you get inside this course is worth well over $15,000. But since all of these resources are online, we can offer them at a much more accessible rate. So right now, the price for the 2025 cohort of Ziva Magic is $1,777. And here's a really exciting news is that when you sign up today, you guys, as a thank you for being here at this ceremony, for using your pleasure to pray, are going to get the early bird rate of $1,555. So you can enroll by going to zivameditation.com/magic. The team will put that link into the comments for us. And yes, this is a lifetime price. So you can go to zivameditation.com/magic, or just click the link in the comments. And I want you to use the code. This is important. I'm going to give you a code. The code is Magic Now. I love that. Magic Now. It's like an invocation. Magic Now. And then you're going to get that early bird rate. Chetzel said that this work is the biggest investment I've ever made in myself, and it feels like a bargain for the PhD in life that I'm getting. I even manifested my dream company reaching out to me with a job opportunity. So again, to get started, all you have to do is click the link in the comments. That's going to take you to zivameditation.com/magic. Use that code MAGIC now. That's going to help you get that early bird price and save your spot in this year's cohort. And here's the thing, friends, I'm so sure that you're going to love this, that I'm going to give you 10 days to try it out risk-free. This means you don't even have to make the decision right now. If you're curious, you can click the link, take advantage of the early bird rate, enroll, and then you can make the decision 10 days after we begin on August 8th. And if you're not thrilled, you'll get a full refund. And I know that for a lot of us, $1,555 might feel like a stretch right now. I know that things are changing on the planet. And if that is you, but you still want in, we've got you. There is a payment plan, which is 6 payments of $258. And that is because we want to make this transformation accessible to anyone who's ready to invest in their future. Anyone who really wants to step into future you right now, you can use the payment plan. Okay, so I want to take a moment, check in. How are we feeling? We're about to do this activation. I want to know what questions are coming up. You can put them in the comments. And I want to acknowledge that any time that we're considering making an investment, there are natural questions that arise around worthiness, around a return on investment. You might have some feelings of scarcity coming up. Women especially have a very hard time investing in themselves. Like if it's like, oh, this is a coaching certification where I can help someone else, or this is an investment thing where I'm going to make more money, then I'll invest in it. But I think it's high time that we shift this. And here's the thing, you guys, the most successful people that I know, they invest in themselves before anything or anyone else. They invest in their own brain, their own consciousness. Like the people that I look up to, they choose to invest in their mindset, to seek support from people who are a few steps ahead of them on the path. And they know that the return on investment from increasing your state of consciousness, increasing your magnetism and increasing your charisma will have a huge return on investment, not just financially, but also relationally and with manifesting power. My friend Regan, some of you might know her. She has multiple 8-figure businesses. Do the math on that. So not 7-figure, not $1 million, but multiple 10 million or higher dollar businesses. And she's invested over $500,000 in her mindset and manifesting training. And it's working. But it's also very understandable to go through the portal of feeling like I want this course, but I can't afford it. So if that is you, here's some really exciting news. If you enroll during Ziva Magic during this event, you're going to receive a bonus. This is just for those of you who are here right now. You are not only going to get the $222 off, so the early rate, but you're also going to get a bonus called Money Magic. So this is talking cold, hard cash. This is a bonus that includes a ceremony where we're going to do the whole formula directly around calling in more wealth. This is one of the coolest ceremonies that I've done, and it works. You're also going to get the Soul of Money interview with Lynn Twist, who is a living legend and really tunes into like generative money, like the soul of money. She's amazing. And then Kate Northrup, who many of you know, who's the queen of nervous system regulation around money, is sharing her 8 steps to money manifestation. And you're also going to get something called abundant sleep, which I don't have time to go into, but long story short, it's amazing. It's 3 ceremonies in one. It's basically going to teach you to manifest money while you're sleeping. You could manifest the course fee probably in like 1 or 2 nights. It's usually $250, but if you enroll during the course today, it's free. I'm just going to start moving through this so we can get to the activation. So basically, your total value of the course and all the bonuses when you enroll today is worth over $17,000. You're going to get it for $1,555. Okay, team, the time is now. I want you to join me for a journey that is going to help you to make the rest of your life so much more fun. And those of you who've already enrolled, those of you who've already gone to zivameditation.com/magic and are already in the cohort, let us know in the comments so that the team and I can welcome you and celebrate you and congratulate you. And if you have questions and you're still here and you haven't enrolled, let us know. Like, what are your concerns? What are your questions? And then the team and I can help you answer them. Also, after the activation, I'm going to stay on and we can do some hot seat Q&A, some hot seat coaching, which will be fun. So a reminder that enrollment for this cohort is only open through July 27th and spots are limited because we've had more interest than we've ever had. And if you enroll before midnight tonight, you're going to get that early bird rate. And if you enroll before the end of today's activation, you're also going to get Money Magic. Okay, so if you're still here, I would recommend you go to zivameditation.com/magic. And enter the code magic now, and you get all of this goodness. Okay, so I'm going to come back on camera so I can answer any burning questions, and then we're going to jump into the activation. Do I want to share this? Oh yeah, there's some amazing testimonials. Yep, good. Yep, we don't need to go into all of this. But basically, it's like if you were to try and invest in all the things that you get inside of this course, it's very valuable. It'd be like at least $32,000 worth of your time and energy. But for this investment of just like a few $100s a month, you can join me. Okay, so we're about to do the activation. I'm going to stop sharing. I want to just come on camera, see what questions are coming up. Anything burning that you want to know about the course before we jump into the activation? Oh, someone can't get on the site. Okay. Oh, Lindy signed up. Can you send the link? Yes, it's zivameditation.com/magic. The team can keep popping it into the chat. I'm loving this. Yep, you guys got it. I love you guys so much. Oh, are there specific times that we're going to be live? So the first opening ceremony is going to be on August 8th. I think it's scheduled for 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we've not scheduled the closing ceremony yet. But we try to mix it up so that we can go with different time zones. So yeah, zivameditation.com, use the code MAGIC now. The next time I'm teaching in person is I'm taking a small group to Egypt in October. But that retreat is already full and we don't have our next retreat booked. But in order to work with me in person, you have to take Ziva Magic as the prerequisite. So we just did a retreat a few months ago and everyone there had already done this course so that our in-person retreats can be like an advanced deep dive. Oh, Diane just registered. Yep, so good. Okay, so the presentation said 258, but then the page said something else. When you enter the code, that discount code that just y'all are getting, it's going to give you a lower rate than what it says on the website. So the website is for everyone else. Once you put the code, it's going to give you your special rate. Okay, comes down to 274 after the code. Boom, you guys got it. Great. Okay. All right. I think you guys are getting it. You guys are enrolling. Now I want us to move into the activation. So we're going to change gears. And again, some of you are going to get everything that you need out of what we do today. And that, if that is the case, amazing. And some of you are going to be like, wait, this is so good. I want to dive deeper. And now you know what you can join us for if you want to dive deeper. All right, let me change gears into DJ Bliss. I'm going to share some sound. And what we're going to do right now is like a taste of Ziva Magic. What we're going to do right now is you're going to get to taste this formula of visualize, alchemize, magnetize. And I'm going to invite you to manifest, yes, for yourself. Like if you want to manifest love or health or abundance, yes, you can do that for you. But inside of your prayers for yourself, I invite you to also put the prayers of the planet. Okay, this is very rare that we have this many people all together. We have over 3,000 people still here together, which is amazing. And I want you to take advantage of this collective coherence, of this collective antenna, because it's going to amplify your prayers. And it's also going to amplify like what you can receive. We're going to be transcending time and space right now. It's also Mary Magdalene's feast day. Okay, so let's take advantage of all of these amazing moments that have lined up to celebrate your prayers. Is there anything you need to know going into it? One, the visualization will be like a guided experience. And then I'm going to invite you to tune into anything that might be blocking you, anything that is ready to be surrendered, an old belief, an old thought, an old story, an old trauma, like anything that's not serving your dream. It wants to be witnessed. It wants to be expressed. And so we're going to actually dance it. We're going to see like what is protecting you from this dream. And I'm going to invite you to tune into your inner toddler, like that inner 5-year-old, that inner 3-year-old that was told to be quiet, that was told to shut up. You get to bring them out and you get to let them have the temper tantrum. Okay. And then usually those angrier parts are protecting a softer, more vulnerable, younger part. And we get to let them out to play too. And then we're going to pour a little bit of pleasure, a little bit of turn on top of that. And again, this is the thing that was inspired by my amazing friend and former roommate, Regina Thomashower, where we get to alchemize the bigness of this darkness with our pleasure. Because here's the thing, rage can build a lot of things. It's a powerful energy source, but it's dirty fuel. And if you alchemize it with your pleasure, you turn it into clean burning energy, right? Like wind or sun, okay? And then from that place, we're going to magnetize. And we're going to do that today with dance, with breath. And I'm going to be guiding you through step by step. I'm just telling you all this now so you don't have to be in your head so much when we do it, so that you can just like surrender to the process and let yourself flow through the experience. Then as we breathe and as we dance, we're going at the moment of peak pleasure. I'm going to invite you to come back to the vision, the dream that you're manifesting, the vision that you have for yourself, the vision that you have for the planet. We're going to come back to that at the moment of peak pleasure. And we're going to dedicate all of our breath, all of our energy to that dream, as if we have a giant antenna that's being formed between all of the thousands of people that are doing this. And we're going to include all the people that will watch the replay as well. Okay. So any questions about that? I'm going to be walking you through, but any questions about the actual ceremony right now? I know a lot of people are trying to enroll and all of that. Yep. Ziva's website is just zivameditation.com/magic. You guys are doing great. The price is not incorrect on the site. It's just that you guys with the code get a lower price. You don't have to be somewhere private, but if there are other people around, I would recommend putting on headphones, and I'll give you some adaptations. So instead of like punching the pillow or like screaming out loud, which honestly, I think the whole planet needs like a primal scream. What you can do is just silently scream. Like you could hold on, if you're at work right now, you could hold onto your desk and just do a silent scream. Like you'll be amazed how much you can let out with just a silent scream. Okay, great. When do we start? We start on August 8th. We're one step closer to the stadium. Yes, celebrating Regina Thomashour as the creator and the inspiration of emotional alchemy, and also my dear friend and former roommate. Okay, great. You guys are doing great. All right, the team is going to handle all of these questions about the payment plan, but okay, here we go. DJ Bliss in the house. Taking a big deep breath in. Exhaling on a sigh. Whew. Getting somewhere private if you can be private. Getting somewhere quiet if you can. Putting in headphones if you can't. And before we start, we're going to reactivate that prayer. We're going to do an opening invocation, creating safety in the body. Just giving a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. And if the music is starting to come in. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Dropping the breath, softening the heart. Closing the eyes, bringing your awareness inward, letting your shoulders drop, your brow soften, your belly soften. Reactivating those beautiful golden cords. Dropping them down into the core of the planet. Activating your halo, your crown above your head. And then feeling yourself, remembering yourself as a vessel, as a channel, feeling the simultaneity being grounded all the way down into the earth. And having your halo on, connecting you to creative and cosmic intelligence itself. So beautiful. Reactivating that toroidal field of love, that iridescent bubble of light around your body. Filling it with the frequency of divine love, of awe, of magnetism. And then reactivating that powerful fiery ring of light around all of us. This transmission, this technology, so that we are so held, so protected, so supported, so that your dreams can be remembered, so that your soul remembers why it came here, what you came here to do. Really inviting in little you, an elder you, letting them sit on either side of you. Just getting curious, what did my soul come here for? Why did I incarnate in this body, this time, at this unique time on earth? Not an accident that you're here right now. From that place of curiosity, from that place of connection to little you and future you and to your soul, I'm going to invite you to ask the question, what would I love? What would I love? What would I love? What would I love? Why did I come here? If I could wave a magic wand over my life, over my body, over my relationships, over the planet, over the species, if I knew that there was no prayer too big, no dream too audacious, what would I love? Letting yourself listen, letting yourself receive, being curious about the answer. There was no such thing as failure if I was not here to please anyone else but myself. If I gave myself permission to be as happy, as joyful, as turned on, of service to the things and people that I desire, what would that look like? So tune into my version of heaven on earth. What does that feel like? Tune into a random Tuesday, my dream life. When I open my eyes, what do I see? Who do I see? What's the view out of my window? What am I most grateful for as I put my feet on the floor? I look in the mirror. What am I most proud of as I look in my eyes? I imagine going down my stairs, seeing my family or my solitude. Imagining turning on the news. And in this reality, the news is actually an outrageous celebration of all of the magic happening on planet Earth. And that you turn it on because it makes you feel good, that it makes you feel proud of the way that you've contributed to heaven on earth. It makes you feel proud of the species, that we actually did it. We managed to use our pleasure to pray to magnetize an audacious reality where our food is nourishing us, where our schools are healing us, where the rainforest is regenerating and the coral reefs are colorful and the smells are delicious and the food is delicious and humans are helping each other and living in harmony with nature and each other. Really celebrating your version of heaven on earth, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like for you. Allowing yourself to submerge into that 5 senses reality of your dream right here, right now. Giving yourself full permission to receive any images, any ideas. Let yourself be guided by this dream. birth the more beautiful earth that our hearts know is possible. And where you feel proud of your contribution, you feel proud of your role in birthing heaven on earth. And in this reality, there's outrageous collaboration and celebration. You need to tune into, what does your random Tuesday look like? If you look at your calendar, who do you get to play with? Who do you get to meet with? What are you filling your time and your days with in a way that is pleasurable, joyous? What would make your inner child proud? What would make you proud to share on your deathbed? You imagine them reading your eulogy, your contributions, the way that you left this planet better than you found it. What would make you proud? Now from this field of coherence and possibility, really listening, feeling all of the support from your inner child, your inner elder, future you, your angels, calling on all of their support. Knowing that our angels cannot help us without our consent, so inviting them in now, asking for the support that you desire now, feeling this dream already done right now. Knowing that this or something better is already on its way to you, that your desires are divinely inspired, and really feeling this dream, one dream, your version of heaven on earth. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? And most importantly, what does this dream feel like in your body, in your heart, in your bones? When it's already done, what does this dream feel like? Letting every cell in your body start to celebrate with joy and safety, and letting your cells start to vibrate at that frequency of gratitude, enthusiastic gratitude, not only for what is, but everything that is on the way. I want to imagine that this dream is already done and you are calling your friend, your partner, your mom, your best friend, and you are celebrating the news and you are hearing their reaction. What do they say? I'm so proud of you. I knew you were going to do this. Keep going. If you imagine like what a delight it is to be a human, to leave this planet better than you found it for our children, and imagine not just your dream, but the dream of every single person on this call coming true, the ripple effect of that, of just how good it will feel, of just how amazing it will feel. To know that you have played your part, that you have had your Colibri moment, and feeling that sense of gratitude and joy and pleasure in your body, we're gonna start to dance these dreams in. So when you're feeling ready, I want you to open your eyes, but as you open your eyes, it's not just any day. It's not just a random Tuesday. It's the day that your wildest dream has just come true. And we're gonna dance these dreams in together. So let's go ahead and stand on up. Let's put it on gallery view so we can see everybody dancing together. And we're gonna dance these dreams in. Let your cells celebrate as if the dream is already done. Yes, yes, Sarah. So good. Like you just signed the contract. You just met the person. He asked you out on the date. You just found the house. You just conceived the baby. Like whatever it is that is your dream for yourself and the planet, I invite you to dance it in as if the harder you dance, the faster this dream comes. And if this is your 8, what does your 10 look like? So good. beautiful, so brave. Giving it your all.
We're on gallery view. Everyone is awesome.
Letting it move through you, dancing your dreams into existence. Yeah. Breathing down into your body, letting it feel good. Yes, Dagmar. Yes, Allison. Yes, Susan. Yes, Ava. Really good. Now taking one hand and placing it on your heart, taking one hand and placing it on your belly, and just tuning into how much more alive you feel, how much closer your dream feels. And if you're not sure about exactly what the dream is, I invite you to just choose one snapshot, one 5 senses reality, one snapshot from that dream and imprint it into your body now. From this place of embodiment, remembering the smells, the taste, the sights, the sounds. And in a moment, we're going to come back to this dream. Okay. At the moment, when we get into the third part, we're going to send all of our pleasure, all of our breath, all of our coherent energy to this dream together, to your version of heaven on earth. So just imprint that into your body right now. And from this place of possibility, and those of you where your dream feels a little bit closer, if you want to put it in the comments, you can just let us know how it feels in your body. The dream feels closer. If there's more clarity on the dream, if you're clear on your vision, you can just name that out loud so that your cells hear you, or put it into the comments now. Really, really good. And now from this place of trusting that it is on the way, I'm going to ask you to bravely go a little bit deeper. Okay, we're going to move into the next portion, which is Alchemize. And I'm going to ask you to bravely tune into, why is this dream not already here? Okay, there is something in you that is not already an energetic match for this thing, or it would already be here. So what we get an opportunity to right now is to alchemize those things that are not a match. And it could have been someone who told you that you weren't good enough, that you weren't smart enough. It could be the fact that climate change is happening, or AI, or nuclear war, or anything that is happening externally right now. We get to tap into any unexpressed rage, any unexpressed sorrow. First, we have to tune into, why has this dream not come yet? So just placing a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly, keeping your eyes closed. We're going to stay in ceremony. We're going to stay in this space. And I'm just going to invite you to listen to this song just for a moment and really ask the question, what is it that's ready to be surrendered? What are you willing to release? What are you willing to let go of? What is not serving you or this dream? What are you willing to be witnessed in right now? What are you going to let go of? Any scrolling, any complaining, any self-doubt, any self-sabotage? What wants to be thrown into the fire right here, right now, today? Letting those drums start to move your body. What are you going to alchemize in the fire of your turn on? With love and forgiveness. What does not go with you into your dreams? Really, really good. With love and forgiveness, what are you letting go of right here, right now? What are you willing to dance out of your body today? Self-loathing, self-doubt, so good. All right, so from this place, anything that wants to be let go of, we're going to start to just shake it. You don't even have to be good at this. We're just going to shake like an animal does when they go into fight or flight. We're just going to shake out of our body. We're going to stomp out of our body anything that wants to be released. So if you have jewelry on, you can start to take it off. If you have a pillow nearby, you can start to get a pillow and just start to shake your hands. Yeah. Anything that needs to be released, starting to let go of it. So good. You can start to make some sound. Any of that self-doubt, that shame, letting go of a narrative that you're not good enough, your ex-husband, your parents, your abusive dad, whoever, whatever is going on the planet, just let it be felt. Feelings are meant for feeling. Maybe start to stomp your feet. And as you stomp your feet, you can start to get into a primal sound. Ha, 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 ha. Yes. Finding that inner toddler that gets to come out and have a little tantrum. Yes, so good, so brave, so beautiful. We can put it on gallery view. So good, so beautiful. letting those drums start to shake your body. Anything that wants to be alchemized, anything that wants to be released. So good. Shaking it, starting to sound. If you have a pillow nearby, you can start to punch it. I'm going to give you some moves that you can do when we move into this next section. Punching, stomping like a little 5-year-old. Taking the air, punching the air. Anything that's not a match, taking a pillow and hitting it. Ah. Ah. So good, so good. All right. So now I'm going to do just 30 seconds of a demonstration. You guys are doing so great. This is so brave. I'm going to do a few seconds of a demonstration so you can see what emotional alchemy looks like. This is just to give you permission to play full out. And then I'm going to play some music and we're going to do it together. So any part of you that is not a match for your dream, any unexpressed rage, those protector parts, the things that are self-sabotaging you from your dream, they get to be seen, felt, witnessed, and expressed right here, right now. All right, here we go. Mm-hmm. You guys hear that okay? Yeah. All right, so just tune into how this feels. Let your body know that you're safe, even though you're witnessing this, okay? You are safe to express. It is safe for me to express. Just tune into how this music and how these movements make you feel. So good. Finding that ancient, archetypical part of you. That's sacred.
Always in the lead, who you wanna be, I'm who they wanna be, B-E-A-U-T-Y-E, never seen so much rage from a queen, queen so strong, thought she was a machine, girl of your dreams, Sinclair regime, turn to the max, can't forget Maxine. But front of me as a goddess, I'm tired of being modest, 100 degrees the hottest, if we're being honest, Ebony, antibiotics, black people win, they say we're being demonic, angel in disguise, I hate I have to disguise it, why you gotta disguise it, mention the mind is why I'm making deposits, carry all the power, it's time to realize
really, really
it.
Good. I just want to tune in. How did that feel to witness that? Sometimes just witnessing someone else expressing rage can bring up feelings. Let me know, did it feel invigorated? It feels scary. Oftentimes when we're little kids and we see someone expressing rage, it feels like we're not safe. So I want you to let that inner child know that you are safe. You are safe. You are safe. Okay, so finding safety in your body, knowing that everything we're going to do here is an invitation. Okay, and that we never want to move past our window of tolerance. You guys are doing great. Some people are bawling their eyes out. Some people feel incredible. It feels kinship. It feels brave. It felt sexy. It felt releasing. It felt empowering, scary, but good. Yes, I'm crying. Yes, so good. So now I'm going to put on music and I invite you to go all the way. Like any part of you that is pissed that this dream is not here, any part of you that is raged about what is happening on the planet, I invite you to rage for those who cannot. Alchemize it for those who cannot. You guys are doing great. Here we go. Yeah. Again, you can tune into those inner toddler, let that inner 5-year-old out to play. You can stomp, you can punch the air, you can kick the ground, you can do the silent scream, you can shake, but whatever is real for you, let it be expressed. Let's go into gallery mode. So good. Yes. Finding that sacred rage. Yes, knowing that this rage is likely protecting your sadness. Let's see, everyone. Yes. Yes. Yes, so beautiful. Yes, Laura. Yes. Ready to be holy. Let all to be witnessed. Yes, Jennifer. Yes. Annie. Finding a there is rage there, and then you start punching a pillow, comes out. Every time you've been told to shut up, every time you've been told to not to cry, not to feel, letting that be felt right now. So good. So beautiful. Feeling for those who do not have the safety and privilege of feeling right now. Letting this rage for the planet come through. So good. seconds. All right. So brave, so beautiful. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just checking in, letting your body know that you are safe. Letting your body know that you are safe, finding that inner child, finding that inner toddler. You are safe. It is safe to feel. It is safe to express. All of this is an invitation. And just sharing in the chat, how did that feel? How do you feel now? Do you feel more alive? Do you feel raw? Do you feel scared? Do you feel exhausted? All of it is welcome. All of it is welcome. I feel emotional. We're going to share the playlist, so don't worry about that. Just be in the ceremony, okay? It felt cathartic, invigorating, amazing, relief, lighter. I feel more alive. I'm pissed. I'm alive. I got my freak on. I feel barfy, released. I feel raw. I feel small. I feel emotional, crying, very raw. Yes, wrung out, energized. Okay. So bravo, bravo, bravo. This is big, brave, beautiful work. Most of us have been trained since infancy to think that our feelings are not for feeling, that we are not safe to feel. Most of us have been told to shut up, not to cry, to have a bottle, to have some pills, to have some iPad, but don't feel, that you're going to break down, that you're going to lose it. And all of that is bullshit. Feelings are meant for feeling. And that protector part, what you just got to experience, what you just got to witness, is protecting an even more vulnerable, an even younger, an even sweeter, and even more innocent part of you that is terrified that this dream might not ever come, that is heartbroken that this dream has not already come, that is devastated at the state of the planet right now, that cannot believe that we humans have allowed things to come to the place that they are at right now. And right now, I invite you to let that little version of you, that 3-year-old version of you, that innocent version of you, let them come to you. Let them be felt in your heart. Let them be witnessed in your body. And we're going to invite them out to play. And we're going to move into, usually that rage is protecting sadness. Okay, so we're going to move into the sacred sorrow. We're going to let it be witnessed. We're going to let it be felt. And the thing about sadness is that it can make you want to be still. So I'm going to invite you to do anything but stillness. To move, to sway, to cry, to moan, to wail. And for me, sometimes what helps is fake crying, like actually just faking it until I make it. And then the real tears come. So, and by the way, every single time I do this exercise, I'm like, I'm good. I'm fine. I don't have anything going on. And then the second I start, the emotions come. Okay. So I'm going to put on some music, a new frequency. Let the music be medicine. Let the music change the feeling tone and just see what emotions it brings out of you. And then let it move through the body. We're not going to stay here. Okay. So let yourself feel all the way. Watching you go. So dropping your breath even deeper. Like no exhaling. Again, crying for those who cannot. Feeling the sacred sorrow for those who cannot. And just letting it move. Letting those softer, deeper emotions be witnessed. Anything but still. So beautiful. Letting yourself be the sadness itself, letting it move through you. But I think I'm lost without you. I just feel crushed without you. Just letting the music move you. I'm dancing with you, but let's all do this together. Yeah, anything but still. What is it you're terrified of losing? I think I'm lost without you. Strangers rushing. Like, how do you feel when your mommy says that you're the number 2 mommy? How do you feel when that person breaks your heart? How do you feel when you're disappointed that the dream did not come? Crying for those who cannot. Letting the emotions be felt for those who are not safe enough to feel. It might be yours, it might be the collective. Sometimes the fake tears will be the real ones. Oh, the little girl is so sad. I'm afraid of losing my home and my family. Letting this music be medicine. I should never let you go. Come out now. So beautiful. Yes, Jennifer. Yes, Sandra. Yes, Margot. Yes, Laura. Anything but still, letting it move, letting it moan, letting it breathe. Breathing, flowing, letting the music be medicine.
Let's lower your volume just a tad so we can hear you a little better. Thank you.
So good. We're just gonna let this music switch. I'm just gonna see how this music feels, staying in that sadness, staying in that grief, that holy grief. Keeping it on gallery view, letting us all be in the ceremony together. Knowing that your grief, witnessed in community, can be transmuted. Letting the breath soften, letting the breath drop.
I'll be the one.
Letting your heart open, beyond the protection, beyond the fear. Softening your jaw, softening your heart.
Anywhere I would have followed you.
What does your body need to grieve? What uncried tears are trapped in your cells?
Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I am feeling so small.
So beautiful. Yes, Jamie Lee. Yes, Laura. Yes, Jen. Yes, Fayette. Swaying, rocking, crying, holding yourself, holding that inner child.
And I will stumble and fall.
Where have you stumbled? Where have you fallen?
I'm still learning to love. Just starting to crawl.
Knowing that it is safe to feel, it is safe to express, that the feelings just want to be felt. So brave, so beautiful.
I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you.
Yes. Dedicating this to my grandmother who had to spend her whole life running or fighting men. Forgiving myself.
I would have followed you.
Feeling the outrageous pain happening on the planet right now. Letting those tears move through you, letting them to be alchemized.
And I will swallow my pride.
And we're swallowing, letting it be witnessed right here, right now. Making
You're
space.
the one that I love. And I'm saying goodbye.
Saying goodbye to. So beautiful. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just letting again your body know that you're safe, letting your inner child know that you are safe, congratulating you, congratulating yourself for bravely letting this move through you. This is the exact opposite of everything we have been conditioned to do our whole lives. So really celebrating this little kid who's coming out to play and feel right now. This is brave, bold, generation-changing work. Good job. And just letting you know in the chat, how are you feeling? Saying it out loud for your cells to feel. Sorry, letting your cells hear and then saying in the chat how you're feeling. I feel good. I feel exhausted. I feel raw. I feel releasing, headachy, sad but gentle, sad, light, grateful, tears of release. I feel bawling, liberated, sorrow, sobbing, gratitude. Okay. So I'm not going to leave you here, okay? We've sort of like ripped the top off. We've let some of the sacred rage, the sacred sorrow come to be expressed. And now what we get to do is that we get to alchemize it. So I'm curious, for any of you, did you experience just a tiny little kernel of pleasure in the expression of this feeling? Did any of you experience just like a tiny bit of bliss in simply the crying of the tears or the moving of the rage? Yeah, getting a lot of yeses. So remember that bliss is any feeling fully felt. Okay, bliss is any feeling fully felt. So we can actually start to find not just the existential kink, but pure bliss and ecstasy in the expression of these feelings. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fan the flame of this turn on. We're going to fan the flame of this ecstasy so that that fire can become the alchemical force to transmute these fears, to transmute this rage into magnetism. So really good. So I'm going to put on another song, and this is going to be like dealer's choice. So if you still have unexpressed rage, you can punch, you can yell. If you still have uncried tears, you can cry, you can wail. And if it starts to feel a little good to express these feelings, you can feel good too. Okay. So just let this song be like what does my body need right now? And again, all of this is an invitation. Find the safety in your body, be self-responsible, resource your own safety. Stay with me. Okay. Move through the whole process. I'm going to put on this song and we're going to just let it, we're going to see where the rage, where the sadness, and if there's anything that starts to feel even a little bit sexy in the expression of this. Here we go. So just letting this new music, this new song be new medicine. And again, there might be rage, there might be sorrow, there might be a little turn on, but let this be yours. This is for you. Could you even start to make love to this rage? Could you start to make love to this sorrow? All of you is welcome here. Let it be raw. So good. Deepening your breath, playing full out. This is your 5. What does your 10 look like? What's left in your body that wants to be expressed? Is it rage? Is it sorrow? Is it turn on? Starting to let it feel a little good, a little raw. Yes. Yes, Velma. Velma, celebrating you. Woo! And can we turn up the dial just a little bit on the pleasure? Could we let it feel just a little bit more hot? Just a little bit more joy. A little bit more ecstasy in the expression of whatever is real. Yes, bliss is any feeling fully felt. Yes, y'all are so sexy.
Amazing, Nicole. Yeah, Christy.
All right, one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, celebrating the audaciousness of what is happening right now, that you are not only being brave enough to express your rage, not only being brave enough to express your sorrow, but having the audacity to let it feel good, to having the audacity to throw these emotions into the alchemical fire of your body. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Pain witnessed in community can be transmuted, and you are doing this in real time. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn up the volume on the pleasure. We're going to turn up the volume on the ecstasy. We're going to see just how good we can feel. And I'm going to put on a sexy song. We're not going to spotlight your videos anymore. This is for you. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to slow it down. Dance in a way that feels fun for you, that feels sexy for you, that feels pleasurable for you. And then from here, we're going to breathe. So we're going to put on a sexy song. We're going to build that fire of that turn on and that magnetism, that creation energy in the body. And then we're going to breathe. And we're going to breathe ourselves into very high states of consciousness. And at the moment of peak pleasure, we're going to send all of that energy back to our dream, to your version of heaven on earth, to that 5 senses reality of your dream. You guys are doing so great. We're going to keep it on gallery view. Know that this is for you, okay? Just slowing it way down. And if you have a mirror, you could find a mirror. You wanted to just touch your own fingers against your own skin. Maybe playing with your eyebrows, your ears, your hair. Starting to breathe into that creation energy. Slowing down the breath, softening the body. letting it start to feel liquid and fluid. Yes. Letting this be for you, a reclamation of your own body, a reclamation of your own pleasure, as sacred and holy. Yes, Chris. Yes, Julia. Yes, Twyla. Annie. Deepening the breath, flowing it down. You guys are doing so great. Yes. Can you move in a way that turns yourself on? Yes, Christine. Yes, Julie. Like finding the sexiest animal you know and embodying that animal. I invite you to stay with me, honoring yourself, but stay with me. You're in the middle of a ceremony. Don't bail now. Let this pleasure be an alchemical force, letting that fire of that turn on. Move this through your body. Yes. So good. So sacred. So holy. Is there any other way that your body wants to move? So good. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And really celebrating yourself for moving into an even more taboo space of starting to feel pleasure for yourself, starting to use your pleasure to pray. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have just 4 minutes of breathing. So if you are pregnant or have any contraindications, please adapt in a way that feels safe for you. When in doubt, you can do a long inhale through your nose and a long exhale through your mouth. But the rest of us, we're going to do a breath. It looks like this. Ha, ha. Ha, ha. And then we're going to do something called the life-gasm breath that looks like this. And you can spotlight my video now while I'm showing this. It lets a big inhale through your heart, exhaling all the way to empty. And then we're going to take a long, slow inhale from your root, from your hoo-ha up into your heart, up into your head. At the top of the inhale, we take another sip of air and we hold. And then we squeeze all of this energy, all the cerebral spinal fluid up into the third eye, up into that hall of Brahman, marrying the masculine and feminine energies inside of your own brain. And then when we exhale, imagine all of that bliss, all of that energy fountaining out of the top of your head like we did at the very beginning, like a whale and a blowhole, exploding bliss and pleasure and ecstasy down into all of the trillions of cells inside of your body. I'm going to walk you through this. There's only 2 breaths, in, out, and then a long, slow inhale called the life-gasm breath, where we're bringing that creation energy up into your vision. And at the moment of peak pleasure, we're going to send all of that bliss and energy to your dream, to your version of heaven on earth. And I want you to imagine that we have 3,000 people in a circle together, sending all of that bliss to the whole planet. Imagine that we could actually change the timeline of the species with our bliss, with our joy, with our ecstasy. I would recommend sitting or standing for this, not lying down. This is not a full breathwork ceremony. We're basically now just going to use our breath and our energy to move into a peak state of pleasure. And at the moment of peak state, we're going to send all that bliss and energy to the dream. And then we're going to listen. What would the dream have us know? So again, if you have any contraindications like glaucoma or anything that feels unsafe, you can just simply breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Know that you might feel a little tingly in your hands, a little tingly in your feet. You can sit if you feel lightheaded, but otherwise you could sit or stand. And then we're going to dance. You guys are doing so good. Amazing. Some of my entire female lineage of my maternal and paternal line showed up and is still here. And I can feel it working for all of us. Very honored, very hot and sweaty. That is it, Laura. We are healing intergenerational trauma in real time, right here, right now. You guys are doing great. So starting to find this beat, starting to find this rhythm, and knowing that this breath can also be alchemical. Okay, the breath can also alchemize. So in, out, in, out, in, out. Ha, 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 ha. Good. In, out, in, out. Yes, Nicole. In, out. Ha, 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 ha. If you're feeling dizzy, then you can sit and keep breathing. As you inhale, you can squeeze your hoo-ha, and as you exhale, you can release your hoo-ha. Ha, ha. Letting the breath build the energy, letting the breath build the pleasure and the heat in the body. You guys are doing so good. Yes, you can go ahead and sit down. Ha, ha. This is just 4 minutes. You're so safe. We're already a minute and a half in. In, out. Squeezing on the inhale and releasing on the exhale. So brave, so beautiful. Imagine that each breath is building that fire, building that pleasure in your body. In, out. Ha. Releasing your jaw and exhaling. Ha. 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 We're going to do a few holds at the bottom of the exhale and a few holds at the top of the inhale. Ha. Ha. Totally normal to feel a little dizzy, totally normal to feel some buzzing in your hands. You guys are doing so beautifully. When in doubt, you can breathe normally. But if you're feeling healthy, let's go. Big inhale into your heart. Exhaling all the way to empty. Ha. And then a long, slow inhale. Keep inhaling. Inhale all the way to the top. At the top of the inhale, hold at the top. Squeeze your root. Squeeze all of this breath and energy right up into your vision. Right up into your dream. And then releasing that breath and letting your whole body flood with bliss, pleasure, ecstasy. So good. So beautiful. Yes, we're just going for a few more minutes. We're going to finish this ceremony. You guys are doing great. Stay with me. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. So good. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. We're almost done. Building that breath, building that energy. So good. And taking a big inhale into your heart. And exhaling all the way to empty. Holding at the bottom of this exhale. Holding at the bottom of the exhale. When you want to breathe in, exhale again. Floating in this in-between. What needs to be released? What needs to be let go? Letting your body heal. Letting your body do what it knows how to do. Holding at the bottom of this exhale. And then we're going to take a long inhale on 3, 2, 1. Big inhale. Breathing that creation energy from your root all the way up into your vision. Keep inhaling. Inhaling. So good. Bringing that breath, that energy, that pleasure from your root all the way up into your vision. Squeezing your root. Taking your eyes up into your third eye. And when this beat drops, you can send all of this energy to your dream. In 3, 2, 1. Letting your body flood with bliss, letting your body flood with pleasure, letting this music start to move your body. And what if you were to just let the joy, let the bliss, let the ecstasy wash over every cell in your body, and know that you changing your frequency is magnetizing your dream. Feeling this dream traveling through time and space, and let's get up and dance it in. We are almost done. You guys are doing so great. Let's put it on gallery view and let's dance our dreams in together. Yes. Yes. Dancing not just for your dreams, but for the dreams of every single person here. Yes. So good. And I want you to imagine a big collective antenna where all of the thousands of us are sending this bliss, sending this joy, sending this ecstasy out to the whole planet. Yes. Knowing that the more you commit to this, the more full out you play, the faster your dreams magnetize to you, dancing for the whole planet, sending love and joy and bliss and ecstasy to those who need it most, feeling your dream moving through time and space towards you. Yes, so good. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, taking a moment to celebrate your audacious bravery, really cheerleading that little kid that came out to play, really celebrating your bravery and being courageous enough to dream. And then just in the last minute, I want you to just tune back into that vision. I want you to see that thing, that 5 senses reality of the dream, the thing we started with, your prayer for yourself, your prayer for the planet. Is there anything that your dream would have you know? From this place of openness, from this place of alchemy, from this place of magnetism, just listening. What would my dream have me see? What would my soul have me remember? I could really feel how supported I am, not just by myself, not just by my guides, but by all of the people here. Can I allow myself to receive? Receiving this pleasure, receiving this joy, receiving this aliveness, receiving this inspiration. Trusting your desires. Really asking your guides, your angels, your future self for support. And knowing that this or something even better is already on the way. Really feeling that feeling of heaven on earth right here, right now, that heaven is a vibration, not a destination, that we get to experience that right here, right now, for ours and for everyone's highest good. Feeling of this dream already done in all of your cells, feeling that enthusiastic gratitude. Taking a big breath into your heart, and as you exhale, sending love and safety and encouragement to every cell in your body. Breathing into this even bigger, more spacious heart, and as you exhale, sending love to every person on this activation. And on our final inhale, breathing in more love than you've ever breathed into your body, more light than you've ever let into your body. And as you exhale, sending that to every single person on this planet right here, right now. dedicating your pleasure to your prayers. For the good of all. For the good of all. For the good of all. Wow, wow, wow. Giving yourself the biggest high five. I'm so outrageously inspired by each and every one of you. Thank you for playing full out. Thank you for staying with me. This is outrageous and audacious to do a free 3-hour workshop, to have 3,000 people stay on a Zoom for 3 hours and use their pleasure to pray and go into the darkness and alchemize it into light. You guys are rock stars. I am encouraged by the state of humanity. I feel hopeful for the species, knowing that each of you exist. I feel thrilled knowing how many of you are saying yes, not only to this dream, not only to this activation, but that you're willing to do this work and willing to let go of all of those stories and all of that conditioning and all of that trauma that has been stuck in your body that is keeping you from being a vibrational match for your dream. So I'd love to know, those of you who are here, just how did that feel? How are you feeling? Thank you for all the gratitude, but how are you feeling? Like, what came through? Like, what was scary? What was exciting? What did your dream? Did anyone have more clarity on their dream? Just give me just raise your hand if your dream feels a little bit more clear now. Yes. If anyone's dream changed, if anyone feels like, oh, maybe it is possible for us to turn things around on planet Earth. Maybe it is possible for us to experience heaven on Earth. Yes, I mean, look at this chat, you guys. This is wild and amazing. This is even better than I knew to pray for. Like, thank you for making my dreams come true. Thank you for letting me live heaven on earth, of bringing this medicine. Like, this is what I was put on this planet to do. And I'll just share with you my selfish dream is that the reason why I want to attract such amazing, aligned, influential, fun, sexy humans into Ziva Magic is that I want to start doing large-scale activations on the sacred sites on the planet. So at the pyramids in Giza, the pyramids in Mexico, like bringing lots of people into very high states of consciousness and utilizing these ancient antennas, these ancient lighthouses, these ancient energy tools so that we can receive the codes and give thanks for this ancient technology and use it to help us birth the new earth. Use this ancient technology to birth the ancient future, if you will. And so you guys are all a huge, huge part of that. And that's actually why we made Ziva Magic, so that people could get initiated in these tools, to practice them, to be able to visualize, alchemize, and magnetize in your body. And so that when we go to these sites, that we have a whole army of people who know how to use their pleasure to pray. So yes, it looks like so much amazingness is coming through. I'm going to stick around. I know that we're at time, so thank you for sticking with me, but I'm going to stick around and do some Q&A. I'll do some hot seat coaching. If any of you are like, I don't know what my dream is, I want to go deeper. If any of you have questions about this year's 2025 cohort for Ziva Magic, if you have questions about all the amazing bonuses that you get when you enroll, I'm going to stick around and the team's going to stick around to answer your questions. But I just really want to say thank you. Like, you guys crushed it today. I do believe that we changed the timeline of the planet today in this activation, because we changed the timeline for ourselves. Each one of us vibrating a different frequency. This is going to change how you interact with your partner tonight. It's going to change how you parent. It's going to change how you show up for work. It's going to change how you sleep. It's going to change how you dream. Like, just one action has an equal and opposite reaction, which does in fact change your reality. And what we did just now, that was a 20-minute activation. Imagine what you could do in a few hours a week over the course of 10 weeks in a safe container with 8 cheerleaders in your corner, with me and the team championing your dreams. What I like to do when people enroll is that I do a full ceremony where I pray for everyone's prayers. So I don't know exactly what they are, but God does, Goddess does. And so I like to do ceremonies for everyone's prayers. So you guys will see that on social media, as I'll be like tuning in and dropping into everyone and celebrating all of you who said yes today. Great. Someone said, can I steal you, Emily? I don't know what that means. Steal me from where? I mean, I'm here. I'm giving it to you for free. You ain't got to steal it. I'm giving it to you for free. Okay, good. Oh, my cat is purring so loud. She's picking up the vibe. Yes. So just quick refresh. Those of you who want to join the cohort, you just go to zivameditation.com/magic. Use that code magic, magic now. Sorry, magic now. That's going to give you $222 off the course. I think there was an issue that there was the wrong price showing up at the payment plan. So apologies for that. We fixed it. And so when you use the code MAGIC now, you're going to get the early bird rate because we just opened the cart today. And you're also going to get the bonus, which is the money magic, which is like a whole ceremony. Imagine what we just did, but specifically around abundance. You're going to get the conversation with me and Lynn Twist. You're going to get Kate Northrup's worksheet on magnetizing abundance. And you're going to get the opening and closing ceremonies with me. You're going to get that sleep course, Abundant Sleep, which is basically like an 8-hour guided visualization that's reprogramming your money blocks while you sleep. I actually made the thing that I wanted. So all of this you get when you enroll during the activation today. So just go to zivameditation.com/magic. You can use the code MAGIC now. And those of you who already have questions and know you want to come on camera, you can raise your hand. I don't know whose hand was raised from earlier or who's like raising your hand now for questions. So if your hand is raised and you don't have a question, will you lower it so that I can prioritize the people who's really have questions? Someone's asking if I can't enroll now, then when is the next cohort? We don't know, likely late 2020. What year is it now? Is it 2025?
It will be in 2026 will be the next
so yeah, the next one will be in 2026. The music playlist, what we'll do is we'll send you guys the playlist just as our gift. Anyone who enrolled today will send you the playlist. So make sure you keep your eye on your inbox. We'll email you the playlist. You can get all of these songs. Playlists are my love language. I'm legit thinking about starting because what the world needs is another mid-40s white female DJ. I'm thinking about bringing DJ Bliss to the world. But I love making playlists, so I'll share them with you. How long is the training? So this cohort is 10 weeks, and you only need to invest about 1 or 2 hours a week for 10 weeks to stay with the cohort, but you have access to the course for life. And just in case I didn't make it clear, like what you saw on those slides of like me teaching with those people, that is Ziva Magic. So we shot this thing like a documentary film. So we had 15 people fly in from all around the world who just wanted to be a part of the birthing of this work, who had already tried it like on a retreat with me or in a mastermind. And they came to Austin. We hired a professional film crew and we shot this course like a documentary. So I'm teaching to camera, but you also get to know the other people. You're hearing their stories, their traumas, their blocks, their fear, what they're manifesting, their breakthroughs. And so it's so much better than just me on Zoom. Like the production quality of this, I've never actually seen an online course as beautiful or as well produced as this. Much of the music that we use today is inside of the course. Like I had some of the world's best musicians custom make music for this thing. And it's not just the training, you actually get like an express dose. So if you want to just hit play on a video and do what we just did, but even deeper and even more powerful, that's inside of the course. If you want to do an 1.5-hour breathwork ceremony, that is inside of the course. And instead of Zoom being shitty with the music, it's like really professionally produced music, video, and sound with amazing playlists. And also, just a friendly reminder, we're going to put you into magic circles of 8. I'm doing opening and closing ceremonies. We have Ziva AI. So like you're going to be so outrageously held and supported through these transformations. The opening ceremony will probably be about 1.5 hours, and we're doing it at 1 p.m. on August 8th. So that's Lionsgate, which is like a big manifestation portal. Great. Magic now is for all of us. I'm enrolling on Friday. Good, good, good. What if I miss the opening ceremony? Anything that's done live will be recorded and put into your course portal. So most of this course is that you do it at your own pace. But if you can't make something live, don't sweat it. Just, we'll send you the recording. Oh my God, Robin, I'm loving your cat very much. So the first meeting starts on August 8th. That's the opening ceremony. That's the thing that's live. Everything else, it's pre-recorded and you can do it in your own time. I recommend that you dedicate 1 or 2 hours a week. And then we're going to do a closing ceremony. We've not set the time on that yet, but it'll be approximately 10 weeks after we start. And then yes, there is a refund policy, which you have 10 days after we start on August 8th to get a full refund. So if you're like, this sucks, Emily's a ding dong, I think it's not cinematic, I hate this thing, I don't want to manifest my dreams, you just email the team and we'll send you your money back. I am not interested in keeping your money if you don't want the course, right? Like this course will pay for itself 100, maybe even 1,000 times over, because yeah, I mean, we've had people manifest $500,000 investments, $1 million investments, scholarships to schools they didn't even apply for, the love of their lives. Actually, Deborah Silverman just told me the other day, at almost 70 years old, she came and met me, and we did just the visualize portion together of this formula. And she just shared on an Instagram live that she just manifested love, and she's in a relationship, and that she'd almost given up at almost 70 years old. And now she's in a relationship, and it makes me so, so happy. What else happened? Oh, we had a woman we did a podcast on this, and she came on Friday, but she had broken her neck and severed her spine and had 2 brain bleeds and was in a coma and was in surgery for 11 days and then stuck in the in-between for 4 months. She wasn't fully alive and wasn't fully dead. And then she came into Ziva Magic on retreat with me. And on the first ceremony, all of us witnessed her drop back into her body. It was the most miraculous thing I've ever seen. And then the second ceremony, during breath work, she reconnected to God. It's wild. It's a crazy story. And while most of us cannot relate to something that extreme, the reason why I like her story is that it's like, if you're just manifesting like $100,000, easy. This woman was half dead and she came back to life. You're just manifesting love, no problem. Go to the coffee shop and you could just meet someone, and that might just be your person, right? So it's like the stuff that we think is so hard to manifest is possible, and you're going to witness that in community. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yes, those of you who enrolled before we adjusted that price, we will 100% fix that for you. Please know that I am here for your joy and for your pleasure. I am not here to swindle you out of an extra $8 a month. So that was just a mistake. I apologize, and we will handle it. Just, please be patient with the team. We're a small but mighty team. We might need a few days, but we will make it right. I promise. Most of the live calls are about an hour and a half, I would say. How do we use the formula feel good, place the order, feel good? Well, we just did it. So the activation that we just did was all about you getting into a high vibrational state and remembering to send that energy to your dream. And then that's exactly what Ziva Magic is designed to help you do. Okay. Yep. Those of you who are feeling any scarcity around investing in this, I want to remind you that we do have the payment plan, that there is a 10-day money back guarantee, and that basically the entire bonus is the best tools I know to make you more abundant. A thing to reprogram any scarcity while you sleep, a thing to program your brain for abundance when you wake up in the morning, an entire pleasure practice, an entire pleasure prayer specifically on wealth, and Kate Northrup teaching you how to regulate your nervous system around money. Yes, you're going to receive the schedule. How does this connect to Ziva Meditation? That's a great question, Amy. I think that my 16 years of meditating really helped to lay the foundation for this work. It's like it made my brain very plastic, and not plastic like microplastics, plastic like mutable and changeable. That the meditation allowed my nervous system to soften in a way that when I planted these seeds of the embodied manifesting, it really took. It's like it really, it readied me for these tools. And so I think Ziva Meditation is the perfect foundation and precursor. And it's also going to help your body to feel so safe, which, as we talked about earlier in the teachings, that safety is required for you to really visualize and admit what it is that you want. That safety is required in order to magnetize the dream. And so I find that Ziva Meditation and Ziva Magic play really well together. And as far as just practicality, what I personally do is that I wake up and meditate. So for me, it's about 15, 20 minutes in the morning. And then I hit play on Ziva Magic, which is about 20 minutes. So it's not a short morning routine. It's about 40 minutes all in, but I guarantee you that like doing those two things in the morning, you're going to have a better day. You're going to be more creative. So they play really well together. Those of you who need to sleep on it. So there are some fast action bonuses that happen just during this call, but the early bird discount you can get until midnight tonight. So you do have time to think about it. If you need to talk to your partner, look at your bank account after you do a dance party. You don't have to make that decision right now. Beautiful. Okay. Great. Okay, so I'm going to come and answer some of these questions. So Robin, I'm going to come to you. Did you have yeah, there you
Hi.
go. Hi, Robin.
I'm also doing, the astrology class with Deborah.
Amazing.
So it's going to be in the same time. And I just was wondering what the lives are what time zone, because I'm in Hawaii.
Mhm.
I have to put everything in the calendar because I don't know how to remember things without scheduling them.
Smart. I love that. I live and die by my calendar too. So there's two like live components. The first is on August 8th, and it's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be about 60 to 90 minutes. I would plan for 90 because, as you can tell, I'm long-winded. I like to give a lot. And then there's going to be another closing ceremony 10 weeks later. We've not scheduled that one yet. So you're going to have to roll the dice on that one. Because everything else you get to do in your own time whenever the F you want. And you get to have access to it for life. So we're not taking away these videos. So there's no last chances. So if this, I don't know what the astrology training looks like, but if it's really full out, you could just fully prioritize that right now and prioritize that. And then you could do Ziva Magic. You could get all the bonuses right now, enroll, and you could do Ziva Magic once you're finished with the astrology training. And you could join me for the ceremonies, but it's your life, it's your time, and I trust your body. Like, just because this is when it works for Ziva, I want you to do this in a way that you're going to get the most out of it.
Beautiful. And the payment plan, I can't seem to, I don't know how to do this while we're on.
Don't sweat it. If you're here, like my team and I, we're not here to like the team and I want you in. We want you to get the best rate that's possible. So just email us at info@zivameditation.com. They can, maybe not today because they're going to be very full out. It's a big day for us, but we know you're here. We'll honor your rate and they could walk you through it, walk your hand through it tomorrow. So don't stress. We know you're here and we want you to get all those bonuses.
I'm so glad to be seen.
To be seen? Isn't it good to be seen?
I'm here. Thank you.
Yeah, you are here, like dancing your face off, feeling your feelings, tapping into your hoo-ha. This is big, bold, brave work. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much, Emily.
And I'm also proud of your cat. I love this.
I just want to say this one thing real quick. When I was expressing all my frustration and anger and hurt, he threw up.
You have a shaman cat.
Yeah, I had to clean it up.
Shaman kitty. I love this. My son threw up all over that white rug 2 nights ago, all night long, every hour on the hour. So I think there's it's a purgative. When you guys started talking about, I forget at which point, but I think it was maybe the rage. I just started burping like crazy. And I was like, oh God, this is embarrassing. But I think it's part of it. It's like this stuff wants to be brought up into the light and alchemized. So thank you, Kitty. And thank you for sharing that. All right, Daniel, coming to you.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Also celebrating.
So honored to meet you and meet you all. And this transition is incredible because it was my.
Are you in a cave right now? Where are you? You look like you're in a
sorry, I'm on a potato on the other side of the ocean. So
you're on a potato?
Yeah, potato computer.
No, I don't know.
It's a term. Maybe it's a youngster term for bad computers.
Oh, well, I'm into it. I feel like you're like a secret spy on a submarine now.
Yeah,
are you?
Perhaps it is. It's. My God, I have my dream is linked to a story about a submarine.
Okay, well, you can tell me later, but talk to me. Do you have questions about? Yeah, what's your question?
Actually, many things to tell. Not as much as a question, but there was a crazy synchronicity. I totally forgot. I subscribed to this like a couple of days ago on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up after some sort of a breakup yesterday. I had an incredibly blissful dream today. And I woke up like perfectly fine. And my dream was about, I'm a Star Wars crazy guy. If some people do not know, Star Wars is linked to Jung.
Okay.
The character of Yoda was inspired by Joseph Campbell, who coined Follow Your Bliss, and the universe will open doors.
And also I've heard Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. So I imagine we'll find out, but I also think he's based on Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, but we'll find out.
And so I dreamt that I was introduced to actually the church around my place, where everybody, my parents were baptized and married and died. And and I was going there, and turns out I was going to sing, I sing for a choir, a massive choir, which had been organized. I didn't know. The
So
Star Wars
Daniel, I'm
song.
sorry, I'm going to interrupt you because we've still got like
No,
thousands of people on
I'm
here.
done.
So I just
I'm
want to
finished,
like, can we get to like the Cliff's notes?
Yes. And the thing was Duel of the Fates, which is
Okay.
the word is very strong in itself, and it's a Star Wars thing. And it's the Sanskrit words for that song are from a very old song, which is called Battle of the Trees, which somehow links to what you did today, which I was waiting for, manifesting for, like, bliss, attraction, and sensuality, all wrapped in one, because I felt that there was something in this. And the core words in this song, it's translated in Sanskrit from Gaelic. It's under the tongue root, a fight most dread, and another raging behind the head. I just wanted to share this.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing. And also I just have hope that you're like on your secret spy mission on a submarine.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for sharing, Daniel. And we all have now stories about your reality. Yeah. All right, Nicole, I'm going to come to you.
If you want to get in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Me? Nicole?
Yes, Nicole.
Oh my gosh, Emily.
Hi.
So I'm so excited. I already signed up. What I wanted to talk to you about was the manifestation part of it. I'm a magnet. And right now, what's on my heart and what Source is telling me to do is to go into the medical tech device industry and work with mental health and sexual health for women. So as we were doing that,
very lucrative for you. I think it's like a really like hot, like everything in my body is saying yes, but it's not my dream. It's yours. Okay.
Yes, I was in a room with 300 innovators here just a couple of weeks ago. And so I'm going and I'm pitching to different investors and things like that. So I just wanted to come on and ask you, I guess when you're stepping up such a big transformation, it's a soul activation and it's such a big mission. And I know it's important and I feel so connected to it. How to have that magnetism or that radiance when you're asking for such a big thing that hasn't been researched all that much, like a new paradigm.
Yeah, a couple of things that's coming through. One, the universe is not on a budget. Ask for more.
Okay.
The universe is not on a budget. Ask for more. And if you really believe in this, right? Which if you don't, then don't do it. Okay. But like, if you really believe in this thing, even if it's scary, even if you're not 100% sure, because none of us are ever sure about a dream while we're birthing it, but like you believe in it and you believe it can help people, then like go all in. Right. And then the trick is to not control the how and the when. Right. So like I did with this house, I knew I wanted a house in nature. And by the way, when I first moved here, I hated this house. I was like, it's creaky floors. Like I hated everything about it. And then I got my head out of my hoo-ha and I realized like, oh, wait, I'm currently living heaven on earth because I was able to accept what is because it didn't come in the way that I thought. So the way this translates to you is like, if you're like, okay, I got to raise $200,000 by September 1st, like that's a little bit too when and how. Do you know what I mean? But it's just like what and why. I want this devices to exist. Why? Because I want women to have more sexual health. Like if you just keep your job as the visionary, right? And as the founder, this thing is what and why, what and why, what and why. And from that beacon, you will magnetize the people to help support that. And they can help deal more with the when and the how. But like, that's what I just did with this launch. Okay. I had gotten really stuck in the details. I had gotten a little bit traumatized through like a lot of death portals and a lot of grief and a lot of letting go. And I was getting really like contracted around fear and money and honestly being like not very nice with my team, kind of like managing from this place of like angry, judgmental mom, which is like embarrassing to admit, but I did. And it's why I like had to extract myself and just like go away and do a reset and just be like, Emily, who the fuck do you want to be? Like, what kind of a CEO do you want to be? Like, are you going to practice this medicine or not? Are you going to take your own medicine or not? And so I came back and I was like, I'm just going to hold the frequency. I'm just going to be a full-time priestess. And I'm not looking at budgets and I'm not doing spreadsheets and I'm not doing reviews. I'm just going to hold the vision of 2,000 amazing people. And then it's turned out way better than I ever thought. So if you just put your attention and you pour your pleasure over the what and the why, these devices are existing, it's changing women's lives, then you, that beacon will magnetize. I'm not saying you don't have to do work, right? You got to pray and move your feet, but you pour as much pleasure onto this dream, especially when you're leveling up.
Okay. Focus on the pleasure, keep the vision, and worry less about the details. That's kind of.
Yeah, like why worry when you can pray? My friend Jess has a song that's called Why Worry When You Can Pray. The same. So how many, and this is a good thing. How many of you guys feel like you spent like 2 hours yesterday worrying about your fears? Just give me like a 2 in the comments if you spent 2 hours worrying about your dreams yesterday. Okay, anybody 4? Anyone spend 4 hours worrying about what's going on the planet? How about 8? How about all of them? You put all of them from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep. So what I'm offering is just spend like 15 minutes.
I get it.
Getting clear on the dream, alchemizing anything is not a match, and then pouring your pleasure all over that dream. It takes the same amount of time and it's infinitely more fun.
It is infinitely more fun. I've been doing the meditation and I've loved it, and it's helped release so much. So thank you so much for everything you do. And I'm really appreciative. I'm so excited to take it to the next level here.
And I can't wait to collaborate with you. Maybe once this device exists, we'll bring it into Ziva Magic and we'll document how much pleasure everyone's, we'll get all the things going.
I would love it. I'm on the wait list for Egypt. So
really?
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we might have like one sneaky room available. So let's talk.
Okay. We'll talk.
All right. Thank you. All right, Zion, coming to you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, totally.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Thanks for staying on and doing this.
My pleasure.
Really, I signed up, so I'm so excited.
Yay.
So I just would love to share kind of what comes up for me, if you can kind of help me just get out of my head a little bit. So when I think of this vision, I have the vision of what my life would look like in the morning, and my partner and my children and how I feel and nature. And there's this feeling of like, I have enough money to do anything that I want at any time. And that was what came through. But what happens in my brain is like, well, that's not clear enough. Like, how much money do you need to do that? Then I start thinking that I have this like childhood programming belief that I've been working with, that like, I don't know how to do it right. And so then I start.
You guys get hands up. Who was like, they're not doing life right? Who's like, I'm not manifesting right. I'm not having sex right. I'm not praying right. I'm not making money right. I'm not running a business right. I'm not doing my hair right. I'm not eating right. F all of that. Okay, please continue.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then I'll just start to kind of go into this like existential rabbit hole. And then like, we'll be like, okay, well, I need to get specifics. And then when I start to get specific, I'm like, well, now I'm being too specific. And now I'm blocking myself from the abundance of what could happen. And so I feel like I just kind of am in this like wall or like room with like, I wish it was padded because then it would at least feel good. But like,
no, it's steel and it hurts.
It is like, it hurts.
Ow.
And so I'm wondering like, this is not the right question to ask, but it's the one that comes in my mind, is like, how do I do it right when it comes to visualizing my dream, so that I'm like kind of going into this program feeling like I'm doing it right. I can't get away from that.
Okay, can we all let's just give her like a big round of applause. I'm going to just tune into everyone that's going to give you, look, you're doing it right. You're doing so good. You're getting all the gold stars. You got an A+, you got a check mark. You did it. Like you did it. You prayed as right as you could pray. You dreamed as right as anyone could possibly dream. Right? So just be like, I did it. I did it right. I'm doing it right. Okay. And legitimately, like, it is confusing, okay? Because especially in the age of the University of Instagram, where like someone's going to tell you to manifest this way and someone else is going to tell you this way and someone else will tell you meditate this way and everybody's an expert. But like, if we're all digging, not even a 3-foot well, we're all digging like 3-inch wells with like our 15 seconds of teachings on Instagram, and like then wondering why we're confused and why we're not getting anywhere. Like, there is something to like choosing a lane, picking a teacher, using and like going deep into one well and just becoming expert in one modality. Okay. It's like you could do Headspace and Calm and Ziva and Joe Dispenza and all of it every day and be like, yeah, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Okay. Just like pick a lane, go down it and like hit water, like go to the source, find the thing that resonates to you. And how that applies to manifestation and something you're going to learn inside of the course is, so we did this one assessment quiz, right? Of like magnet, alchemist, and visionary. That's really designed to help you assess like where are you strong in these 3 modalities and where are you weak. However, there's another quiz that I'll have you take that helps you to see if you are an active manifester or a receptive manifester. And this might be where you're tripping yourself up, but this is inside of the course, where active manifestors, the details really turn them on. They can see the paint, they can feel the leather, they can smell the cologne, they know the kid's texture of their hair, like they all that like lights them up. And the more details they get, the more turned on they get. I'm a receptive manifester. And to be honest, I felt sort of like a fraud and like I was just like a fraud. I'm like, I'm teaching manifesting and I can't see the thing. But then it kept showing up in my life. And I was like, well, I must know something what I'm talking about. But it turns out I'm a receptive manifester. So the details don't do it for me. And if I try to focus on the details, it stresses me out and I feel further from the dream. And so I think likely you're a receptive manifester. I don't know that. But if you're a receptive manifester, then you don't need to worry about the details. You just stay in the feeling. What does it feel like to be in the bed with the partner and the kids? What does it feel like? And then I'll share that I tripped myself up and got really stressed out about the house situation because I had a story that I had to own the house in nature. And I was like, well, I have to have X amount of money in order to buy the house. And then the tax is this, and I need to be around my son. And how am I, if I'm going to buy this house and I have to have this much money, that means I have to gross this much money. And after tax, blah, blah, blah. And I like made myself insane trying to manifest my dream home in nature. And again, once I got my head out of my ass, I was like, Emily, you're literally living your dream right now. Yeah, you're renting it, but great. So you didn't have to put your whole life savings into a questionably appreciable asset. You can just be in your dream right now. And it didn't require me to like change my entire earning bracket or take out a loan or, you know what I mean? And so I'm not saying there's a right way. And like, if you want to buy real estate, but for me, letting go of the how that I have to own my dream home in nature and it has to come this way at this time and just being like, no, I'm actually doing it right now. I have community, I have trees, I have a hammock in my backyard, I have a lake. It's happening now. I'm going to celebrate it now.
Yeah, that was really helpful to just have reflected back to me. And I'm so excited now to take this test because that does feel way more resonant. I'm an alchemist. That's the one that I got. And on my human design, I'm a mental projector. So I have like no inner authority. So everything's just like feeling. Yeah. So I'm excited. That feels great. Thank you.
Also, another tip is if you're into human design, you can go into your chart and it will tell you in human design if you're a specific or non-specific manifester. So go into whatever app you're using or whatever your thing is and just check if you're specific or non-specific, and that would actually be probably more accurate than my quiz. And it's basically specific is active and non-specific is receptive.
Yeah, I'm non-specific. So that actually helps a lot. And I'll just end with this. The one thing, like when you ask, like, what like wants to come through from this open space after the ceremony, it was just like, stop listening to everyone.
Yes.
Delete social media right now, sign up for this course. Like exactly what you're saying of like, just pick I've been calling in. I'm like, who's my next coach? Who's my next guide? And I've gone on a lot of these things and I literally signed up. And so like, this was just confirmation for me. So thank you so much for the space and your time and your heart and just everything you're giving.
We're going to have so much fun.
So I'm excited.
We're going to have so much fun. Yay.
Thank you.
Okay, Gabriella, coming to you. And also I just want to name that like we're way over time. I'm just staying for bonus time. So no one needs to feel obligated to stay. Just go to zivameditation.com/magic, use that code magic now, join us in this cohort, get all these bonuses. I'm going to keep going until my son comes back. So from camp. So I just like doing this. I love coaching. So I'm going to stay, but you guys don't feel obligated to, but know that we'll honor these fast action bonuses until the end of this thing. So zivameditation.com/magic. I know the team is working their pants off, trying to make sure that everyone gets handled and helped and gets the rate and the bonuses. And like I said, like, don't stress about like the link wasn't working or my credit card, whatever. Like if you were here, we know you're here. We will take care of you. We can just take the stress off. We want you in the course. Okay. Oh, I'm ready. Yes. Okay. So look, yes, my skin is amazing. And just full disclosure, I do also have a light here. Okay. So I have like the light really help. I'll just show you without the light. So like nice, but like different. So just in case we're like, okay. I don't say the light is really helping in case anyone's having like skin FOMO. All right, Gabriella, coming to you.
Hi. Thanks so much. And I was like, yeah, and I have the lighting right back.
But on your side, it's like a halo light.
My question is like, sort of like in link with Zion, but
Sort of like a what?
my question is in link in a way with Zion, that is like,
Okay.
is not necessarily really clear, but it's not really clear even into the vision. I just know that I have the pieces, but I guess that I don't have clarity of it. I don't have the visualization by itself, but I know how would I like to be into those elements, you know?
And you
It's
just,
more-
okay, so tell me what you know. Like, what do you,
It's
how
like-
does your dream feel?
It's like, I know that my dream is to be like, you know, have a life of impacting the world, and what I'm
What
doing.
kind of impact? Hitler had impact.
It's like helping people to live better, but also like, you know, like living healthier, and me creating opportunity for business for everybody, and, you know, charity, and a lot
You
of
can't make
abundance
business for everybody. Who do you want to make business for?
for me and for the ones that I love close. I mean, my
So you want to
mom.
be a business coach for your friends?
No, like selling products and bring people to work with me, and, you know, collaborations and expanding in the financials. But I guess that it's like too broad.
What are you good at?
Talking, meeting people, networking,
Okay.
convincing,
Sounds like sales.
smiling.
Sounds like you're good at sales.
I'm good in like making people feel care and seen, and I listen to people.
Okay. So here's what I'm feeling is that what I find is that usually when you're in the in-between, like one, let's celebrate the unknown, right? Like right now you have a blank canvas. Okay. And instead of being like, oh no, it's a blank canvas, I don't know. It's like there's infinite potentiality, infinite possibility. And so let's celebrate that newness, that possibility. And then I have a formula that I like to use, which I'll just give to you guys right now. It's what I call the conscious design is happiness, but it helps in getting clear on what you want to visualize. And it's, you ask yourself 3 questions. 1, what's the most pressing need of the time? And good news, there's a whole cornucopia of needs to choose from right now. What's the most pressing need of the time? 2, how do my gifts, which you just named a lot of them, how do my gifts best serve that need? And 3, which of those gifts would I love to use right now?
Okay.
And then just sit with that, you know, just like make a whole list. Like actually you could do like a Venn diagram. Okay. Of like, here's the most pressing needs of the time. Here's my unique gifts. Here's which gifts I'd love to use right now. And the intersection of those are going to be some clues of like, oh, I'm going to use my love of people and my love of sales and my wanting to make money. And I'm going to do it to help use AI for climate crisis or whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm not here to tell you your dreams, but I'm just going to give you some guide rails of like how you can tune into how you can best be of service. Cause we're like you guys, we're like service animals. You ever see a dog at the airport wearing his little service vest and he's like, I'm feeling so proud of myself. Like, look at me, I'm contributing. Right. And like, they just love to be of service. And that's how we feel as humans. We're like the happiest when we're really using our gifts to help other people. Like right now I could stay here until 10 p.m. Like just answering, if someone come and feed me, as you can tell, I'm having some snacks. If someone would just feed me, I could do this for hours. Like I love teaching. Put me into a meeting with a P&L and talk about budget. And then I'm just like, and I like wither like a dead house plant. Okay. And so it's just knowing what makes you alive and then like letting that happen, putting your attention on that. So long story short, this is what the whole first 2 weeks, the whole first module of Ziva Magic is exactly designed to do, is to give you the space, the time, the tools, the accountability to get really clear on your vision. That's why we made the course.
Yeah. I think that, you know, I think I have so many of the clues, and I appreciate all that you gave me. I'm definitely gonna put it in practice. It's like, I think that I just tend to get distracted, and then I do new things. And I'm a magnet. So it's like in the whole quiz, I'm a magnet. And then it's like, I get distracted and then I don't see it and then I don't visualize it. And I'm just like, oh, let's go. Excited for everything. But it's like, maybe I just need to like tuckle it in. But then I was hearing before, it's like, you don't need to know the details. So it's like, oh, so then I'm fine.
Well, the thing is that everyone is different, right? And so what you're going to have to do is like find out where you are on the journey and know that literally the whole first module, there's like hours and hours of teaching exactly on this. It's going to help you to tune in. So thank you for sharing this. I know that there's lots of other people that are in a similar spot of like, I have clues, but I'm not sure. So know that you're not alone. And that's what we're going to do in the first 2 weeks. Okay, Nicole, I'm coming to you. Also, while you're coming on camera, I'm going to just chat. So some questions coming in. When is the last day to sign up? The last day is July 27th. That's when the cart closes on enrollment for this cohort. We start on August 8th, but if you want to get all the fast action bonuses, that happens like I'm going to stay on for like just a few more minutes because my son's getting home from camp soon. So if you want to get the fast action bonus of the magic, what's it called? Money Magic, and the $222 off, that happens today. There is a quiz. So Annie, your name is probably not Annie because everyone got named Annie or Shelby. When you go to zivameditation.com/magicmaker, it's part of the enrollment for this event. So it's probably in your email inbox. If you were to just search quiz, it's probably there. Check your spam. But you could always go and enroll again now. Okay. What is the difference between Ziva Meditation and Ziva Magic? Everything. They are 100% wildly different courses. Ziva Meditation is teaching you how to meditate. And I think it's great. It's a 15-day course. It's 15 minutes a day for 15 days, and it teaches you the Ziva technique. It's helping you to access a verifiable fourth state of consciousness, helping to increase neuroplasticity, increase brain elasticity, and decrease body age, improves your sleep, decreases stress. It's the most powerful stress relieving tool I've ever found. It's teaching you to meditate, like accessing a verifiable fourth state of consciousness, giving your body rest. It's 5 times deeper than sleep. It is, if prayer is talking to God, meditation is listening. Okay, so it's like sitting still in a chair. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And it could not be more different from this course. This course is about pleasure and dance and active and praying and everything we've just talked about. Visualize, alchemize, magnetize. This is an embodied manifesting course. Ziva Meditation is teaching you an everyday, twice a day meditation practice. So they're really complementary, but they could not be more different. Okay. Annie, coming to you. Is that even your name? Is your real name Annie? Or were you named after Annie Lala? I think like so funny.
Oh, no, my name's Ailish.
Hi, Ailish.
Hi. I was just also about like in kind of a similar, like trying to figure out like what it is. Like I feel like a super calling for like energy work, and I'm moving to Hawaii, and I'm just like, but I was like having trouble like naming the dream, or like visualizing it. It's like, I know I want to work with people. I know I want to serve with energy, but I was just like, what is it? Like, I want to work one-on-one with clients, but I don't know what's like being birthed, but I feel it like bubbling up.
Okay.
So I guess my thing was like, I was just wondering like, how do you like, when you know it's like bubbling, but it's like, what is next to like get the
space and time and stillness and silence?
Yeah, because I feel like it's like so overwhelming. Like it's been like speaking to me, and it's just like it's good, but I am also, and then when you said like, yeah, you're like mad that it's not here yet. I feel that too. Like I felt so much like I'm like so ready, and I'm so like I felt angry and disappointed that it's like not here, and it's
that
like
the clarity isn't here, or that the dream isn't here.
Both, really, but the dream's not here. And I'm like, I can.
But how can the dream be here if you don't know what it is? Like you go to a restaurant and sit down at a table and the server comes over and you don't place an order. You can't be mad that no food shows up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what most of us are doing, by the way. We sit down at the restaurant. We're like, how come they have their food? Yeah. They all have appetizers. They're already on their dessert. Where's mine? But we forgot to place the order. And so that's why the whole first 2 weeks of this course is visualize. Right. And so, and I want you to take that rage that it's not here yet and like, be like, oh, look how much I actually want this. Oh, look how deep this desire is, right? Like, let that be the indicator, let the contraction be the indicator of how badly you actually want to use your gifts to be of service. And then be like, okay, I have this fuel. Where do I hitch it? Where do I hitch it? And ask your friends, right? Like what do you think I'm best at? Start giving free sessions, see what wants to come through, just like have a friend come over, like, can I just work on you? and then just do it and see what comes through. Like if you could do anything in the world, what comes through your energy, what comes through your hands. And then also know that you just take a step, right? You pray and move your feet, right? So you pray and listen, take a step. And if it feels good, keep going. If it feels bad, you take a step in another direction. But it sounds like for you right now, you don't strike me as someone who's not taking action. I would say like carve out space to be in the question, like in the not knowing, like really, truly. And I used to hate it when people say this to me, be like, you need to slow down, you need stillness, you need to listen. I'd be like, okay, thanks. I'm a double Aries. Okay. Like I got more fire than anyone knows what to do with. I am smart and fast and driven. Don't tell me to slow down.
Yeah.
And it turns out that, like, that is the answer, because we have to, before we can take action, we have to listen. And that's the whole first 2 weeks of this course. It's like time and space and the luxury of being in that receptivity. So like I'm guiding you through, like reconnecting you to your soul, reconnecting you to your dream, reconnecting you to future you, so that you can receive those downloads. So you don't have to wait for me, because by the way, a lot of people asking, a lot of people have signed up, which welcome. I'm so happy to have you. You're going to get access to the videos on August 8th on the Lionsgate, on that portal. We're going to do the opening ceremony, and that's where you're going to get access. We'll send you a few sneaky ones beforehand, likely on exactly this, of how to get clear on what you want to visualize, because that's what I'm noticing is the big theme right now. But really, truly, like taking myself out of the like day-to-day to-dos of the company has allowed me to like actually hear. Like when I'm just like getting ready, and instead of thinking about the 85 execution things, I'm like, oh, right. People need to tune into their soul. Oh, right. Like it's just, I can hear the tiny whispers when I'm not constantly executing. And that really only comes from space and slowness and stillness. So here's my new definition of ASAP. Because my whole life has been like, as soon as possible. When do you want to be on Broadway? As soon as possible. When you want to be married? As soon as possible. When do you want to make $1 million? As soon as possible. And my new slogan is as soft as possible, slow as possible, as seductive as possible. And I'm just trying it on. We'll see how it goes. But and also someone recommended journaling. I would like, there's journaling, but there's also scribing. Okay. And scribing is like opening up the channel, like drop in a meditation, do Ziva Magic, and then tune into the dream. Like, hey, dream, what would you have me know? Or hey, energy work, whatever the frequency of the thing is, and scribe and let it come through you.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you. Because I think that's been the thing, is like, what teacher, who do I follow? Where do I learn from? I'm like ready, like now, and it's like, what course, where do I like get the tools? But and somebody told me that recently, it's like, you have to stop and then listen. I guess my question is, do you feel like the teacher will come with the softening?
Here I am. Here I am. I'm here. It's time. It's now. It's now.
Thank you.
All right. Hi, Nicole. Coming to you. Thank you. Thank you, Ailish.
Hey, well, chances of 2 Nicoles.
Yay. Well, I think that was Ailish. Okay. Yeah.
Hi. No, we had another Nicole. I always know
right before
another one that she was earlier. So I'm signed up. I'm so excited. And this has been just deep synchronicity all the way up and all the way down. Beautiful. Who is our money magic lady? Northrop.
Kate Northrop, the best.
Beautiful Kate brought me to you. And I just heard a couple of things that were aligned. What I'm really curious about is I've gone through I've gone through the deep descent. I'm 50 now, so
just give it up for Nicole, like looking strong, vibrant, radiant, hot. Yes.
Thank you. Well, this is going through the 10-year marriage, saving, fixing, divorce, descent, perimenopause, health crash, more descent. I am rising rooted. I've been stripped down to my psychic bones.
Yes.
I'm rising rooted. And this is where I've never been able to manifest. So my belief is, look, my life is pretty fucked. I live in rented accommodation. I'm 50, divorced.
I live in a rented house. I'm 46. I'm divorced. What else? What else you got?
Yeah,
Tell me how
exactly.
shitty your life is. Let's hear it.
No. Oh, I've run my own business for 25 years, and it supported me through my divorce when I abandoned myself and my ex-husband took the house.
Yeah.
So, and I have
bragged.
Yeah, exactly. It's like built.
As Regina would say, well swamped, well bragged.
Yes. So my belief is that, well, I've been on my spiritual path since I was 25. And so 25 years of being an entrepreneur, running my own business, being a health coach, changing people's lives. And I feel like I've got none of my dreams. I had to leave my cat in England. I don't have a dog. It's just like, I'm like.
I hope you raised your face off today. Did you raise your face off today? You cry your face off today?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
So what I'm feeling coming through, and what the synchronicities that come through, is this sacred sexuality, tantra, and what's coming through in my work is all eros, working with women to awaken their eros, and it moving through, and I'm doing womb awakening work. And I hear in what you're sharing, I'm like, these are the things that and I know when I'm learning something, I'm obsessive about it. So it's womb awakening, Kundalini.
Have you read that book, Womb Awakening?
Yes, it's my Bible. It's by my bed.
So good. Everyone, highly recommend reading Womb Awakening. It's a channeled text.
I'm doing the meditations. This is a garnet, a red garnet sphere or crystal ball, and I'm doing root chakra work like you would not believe, and I'm getting these activations into pleasure. And I'm feeling it, I'm being with it through my body. So all of this is just on time, that I'm kind of coming through this, but the guidance and the belief that I don't know how to manifest. Now, I'm a non-specific manifestor in human design. I'm a reflector. So all open centers, everything is open, everything is possibility. And finding my place and my community in my home, like my sacred space, my environment is everything.
Yeah.
My environment is wrong, everything is wrong. And I have moved 9 times in the last 3 years. I've been in rented accommodation, and I've just gone through so many grief portals. I've let go of having the family and the spirit baby that was with me, because Source told me, you're not here for that. So I have grieved, and I have grieved hard. And I'm ready to rise back up into pleasure, and also being here. My service work is now what I have. My legacy is my service work. I will not birth a child through my body in this lifetime, because I'm 50 years old, and that's okay. You know, we can say miracles and science and all those things. I'm just like, okay, it's time to step through the portal of letting that go. But I had the dream and the desire to be a mother. So it's now being the mother to many, and using my mother energy and birthing my creations through my womb. And I don't know where my home is. And I'm so non-specific that it's just like when we're visualizing, I can just feel little snippets. Can I go all the way that way?
All the way to what?
All the way to my dream, to finding my sacred sanctuary, which is my home, finding my family, which is my animals and my sacred union partner, finding my community, and then bringing my gifts fully into the world.
Do you think you can go all the way?
I know I can. I think I've just been through such grief and descent that there's and also my body doesn't, and I feel the wave of emotion. I'm having to regulate my nervous system when I'm going into pleasure, because I exited my marriage on total divine guidance, on you are done, on the brave thing you have to let go of after 10 years with and came to Madeira Island, moved my life to another country, and completely crashed. And I know that I crashed to let go of everything, to strip everything away that was not me and was not for me.
Yeah.
It's just having that little bit of faith of regulating my nervous system to actually move into and trust the pleasure.
Yeah. So here's the thing, is that like you're coming out of, as you said, like a full death portal. And this one's not playing around. This is a really full, complete death portal. You got perimenopause, right? Which my friend, Dr. Maritza Snyder, says perimenopause means that everything is up for review.
Yeah.
Marriage, up for review. Job, up for review. Kids, not up for review if they're under 18. But like for you, it's like, am I having one or not? Up for review. All of it up for review. And a lot of shit did not make the cut in your life. A lot of the review came up and they didn't make the cut. They did not get rehired. And so like really celebrating you and grieving that, really celebrating you and honoring the intuition. And likely, because we suck at grieving in the world, likely you've been doing your best, which is probably not that good at grieving and moving this stuff through your body, because we suck at it as a society. And that's why I'm actually much more excited for you to do the Alchemize version portion of Ziva Magic than I am for you to do Visualize. And I would even invite you, this is going to get wild and everybody else put on earmuffs, but like skip Visualize, go to Alchemize. Because I don't think you're going to be able to really hear the dream or see the thing fully until you get this, like you got a lot to grieve. And I know because I just went through a death portal. I left my home, my relationship, my roommate, my dog died, my son got sick, my number one source of revenue is Ziva went to zero. Like it was like everything died. And I hit perimenopause. And so like, I get it. Like I get it. And I had to decide. Am I going to take this medicine or not? Am I going to believe in myself or not? Am I going to choose to vibrate at the frequency of which I want to feel or not? And I'm not saying that I did not make mistakes or mess up or act from shadow or be a shitty boss. I've done all those things. Okay. And so you got to forgive yourself. You got to grieve what needs to be grieved. And then you choose, like, this is who I want to be. And usually who we want to be is really like, how do I want to feel? So I would let go of any of the specifics. How do I want to feel, especially as a reflector, especially as non-specific? Like you said, like your community is everything to you. Because if you put yourself around toxic people, you will become toxic. You put yourself in a toxic environment, you will become toxic. So for you especially, it really matters where you live and who you surround yourself with. But right now, grieve, move this rage, move this sorrow. We have playlists even before you start the course, like go into our Spotify. It's Zivalicious. For those of you guys want to follow my budding DJ career, it's Zivalicious on Instagram, on whatever, Spotify. I have alchemy playlists. Like you can go ahead and start now, move this rage, but from a regulated state. Okay. Like regulate your nervous system first, because if we re-traumatize, it's not doing any good. And I would just recommend that you feel it all the way. Let go of any piece of you. Find the parts of you that's holding on to the branch of the past, or the holding onto the branch of like the known, and just see if you can really descend all the way down into the mulch, all the way down into what Sarah Jenks and I just deemed on the podcast that's coming out, I think on Tuesday, the sacred sewer. Yeah. Oh, my son's coming.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
I can see.
I love you guys. Desiree's about to come on, and Desiree's going to answer all the questions that you guys really have. I love you guys. Yes, my love, I'm coming.